Yo, we're back. We're back to more drawing, more art. We're gonna see how much we can get done, as usual. I'm hoping maybe we can get this page done. That'd be cool. I gotta get up early. I don't work tomorrow, but I gotta get up early and get my car looked at, so that'll be a hoot. Hopefully it's nothing too crazy, which it probably will be, as usual, but welcome. We've got 2 more rain panels to do, and then we can call this page complete. We're doing different tactics where we're drawing on a more vertical space. You probably can't tell, but I was drawing kind of not as vertical, and now we're drawing more vertical, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I might just let the music run. I might just let some games. We'll see what it does. But, yeah, we're just gonna be chilling now, so I'm gonna put the X-Play games. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but it's like some gaming stuff from back in the day. I remember watching this at my grandparents' house a lot, because that was the only place that had the cable to watch it, so without further ado, let's get rid of that. There we go. And hit play.
Today on X-Play, Run and Gun with Rainbow 6-3 Athena Sword. You're safe now.
Get me out of here.
Adam joins the army.
I should never be this close to something like this.
And the most embarrassing jogging ever in Lineage 2. It's game time. Tough on dirt, grime, and superhero games. It's Adam Zessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome to X-Play.
On today's show, more squad-based shooting with the newest installment of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
Elves in G-strings battle small woodland creatures in Lineage 2.
And finally, a really good sports game from 989 Sports. It's a miracle.
Plus, we have an expose about the gateway games that get casual gamers hooked.
And I joined the army.
Ha!
No, seriously, I do. But we kick things off with a review of the first expansion pack for squad-based shooter Rainbow Six 3 Raven Shield.
It features more maps, more weapons, and a new single-player campaign. Here's our review of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six 3 Athena Sword.
Open, flash, and clear on Zulu. Zulu, go, go, go! I'm on it.
Thanks to Tom Clancy and his hugely successful Rainbow Six franchise, gamers everywhere are doing their part in the war against terrorism. At least in their own minds.
Clear.
With Raven Shield, Rainbow Six's third incarnation, wannabe covert ops fans got to take down Gutierrez, the bloodthirsty Brazilian neo-fascist. But is it really over?
Is the chemical threat really over?
I don't think so. Today, we take the mission even further with the Athena Sword expansion pack, a continuation of Raven Shield that offers, well, a little more of the same. Basically, you are still in charge of Rainbow Six, the oh-so-elite squad we send in to neutralize the assorted fiends and rescue the hapless suckers in various hotspots around the world.
You're safe now.
Get me out of here.
True to Rainbow form, you control one operative at a time in the first person while giving complex orders to one or more teams of soldiers at your side. Alpha Team, I need you to move on a large non-fat, no-foam, no-whip vanilla drinkachino for me, on Zulu.
Zulu, go, go, go!
Athena Sword is a high-tension, high-risk game, where the quiet moments are shattered by gunshots and bodies dropping, including yours.
Down. Man down. What's the man?
Yeah, tough break, kiddo. Where's my coffee? Hey, Kojak, where's my coffee? So, for you control freaks who like a lot of planning to go along with the execution, Athena Sword is a veritable treasure trove of logistical goodies. If you haven't planned correctly,
Hostage secured.
you'll find out right quick. You simply won't make it very far. There are a couple of new multiplayer maps available in Athena Sword, and a new game mode where you compete against another team to take out the evil doers.
Threat neutralized.
The real question here is not, is Athena Sword a solid product that will appeal to Clancy fans? Of course it is, silly. The question instead should be, is the price tag worth the day or two I will get out of the moderately small amount of action? Well, suit up if you want. The terrorists are destroying priceless art as we speak. Hey, is that a Cezanne? Either way, we're giving Rainbow Six Three's expansion, Athena Sword, a 3 out of 5.
Tango down.
Keep in mind that you have to own the original Rainbow Six 3 Raven Shield to play Athena Sword. Now, if you like what you saw and you don't already own it, why not simply buy the far superior Raven Shield and enjoy its rich, squatty goodness?
Ooh, that sounds great. Of course, one of the excellent things about Raven Shield is that it allows you to live out your own paramilitary fantasies in the safety of your living room.
Man, I get so many of these
And one of the
bots.
perks of having my own
Ridiculous.
I got to fly to Fort Irwin in Washington to watch training exercises firsthand. And that's where they keep the big guns.
Oh, God.
Teams of tanks and soldiers rolling across the desert at breakneck speed. Squads darting in and out of foxholes. The line between games and real-life warfare has never been blurred more than with the release of the Army's free downloadable PC game, America's Army. In the real world, urban combat has become the current theater of war. The Army has developed a new tool for this kind of fight, the Stryker Assault Vehicle. This high-tech behemoth carries troops into urban environments and becomes the nerve center for the entire mission. And now the Stryker is blowing its way onto the America's Army game as well. The Army invited us out to get a real-life preview. We spent the day at Fort Irwin, Washington, observing Stryker training missions. Note to other game companies, letting me climb around on your state-of-the-art battle machine is a pretty cool marketing technique.
Okay, this door of the Stryker is 800 pounds, so you shouldn't stand underneath it when it comes down. More importantly, the entire vehicle is 19 tons. That's like, what, like 4 or 5 Xboxes, and the ones with the old controller. Would you think that, you know, that a video game could simulate the experience of controlling or like taking your position, maybe the driver's position inside one of these Strykers?
A private or anybody that's new can take the video game and learn how to do the procedure.
Do you guys like to play video games for fun in your spare time if you have spare
Yes,
time? Okay,
yes.
what do you guys like to play?
Well, I'm a sport guy. I don't play the military
So you're just
games.
Madden.
Madden, there you go.
And it's complete.
I played Halo.
Oh, I play Halo.
Love Halo.
Everybody plays Halo.
In Halo, these guys can take out alien scum with a Warthog machine gun. In real life, they have to settle for a 50 caliber machine gun.
What would this do to, say, a car or another tank?
Basically, tear it apart.
Just tear it apart?
Yeah, set it to shreds.
This is a very powerful thing. You know, I should never be this close to something like this.
My controller with a joystick, I can control a weapon of fire without being on top manually.
So you in real life can use a joystick to fire this weapon?
Right.
All right, it does look kind of peaceful right here, but what's about to happen very soon is they're going to simulate a house-by-house search using 2 of the Stryker vehicles. What's behind me is pretending to be an Iraqi town, and the people behind me are role-playing either American soldiers or they're Iraqi citizens. Now, it seems kind of quiet right now. I think it's going to get very noisy very soon. Okay, obviously, that was pretty intense. It's really unsettling, though, because even though they're using blanks, you're hearing the gunshots from either side, and there's like ever so often a little whistle of some sort of large RPG or something going over your head. I know we were safe the entire time, but still, safer at home. And what do you do when all that's going around you to try and stay focused and not get distracted by, you know, flashes or noises?
This is why we do this type of training. It's constant and it's repetitious. And we do that basically so in the heat of combat we don't get flustered. We just continue to stay focused and just complete the mission.
Now, do you happen to like play video games in your spare time?
Yes, I do.
What do you like to play?
Rainbow Six 3.
So this has been a real-life review. What most of you will only experience simulated from the comfort of your own living room. That'll be when the new Stryker missions will become available for America's Army. And really, we all know I should never be this close to any piece of heavy machinery.
shouldn't be near light machinery either. Adam, I've seen you try to use the iToy. Last thing America needs is having you drive a Striker.
Fine. The cool thing about all this is that the America's Army game is actually pretty didactic. This proves, once again, that games can actually be more than mere entertainment. So, if people give you crap about being a gamer, remind them the games are educational.
Right. For example, Animal Crossing teaches you how to get a home loan from a raccoon and repay him with bells. Speaking of which, Adam, I was wondering if I could, just bum a couple bells from you because the raccoon, it's getting late. He doesn't really like the late payments.
You just ruined everything.
Up next, as in nature, elves fight raccoons. In Lineage 2.
X-Play is presented by Xbox. It's good to play together.
Dear Bill, it's nice to plan a trip just the way you like it. I enjoy making new friends. That's me on the left. I kept telling him, it's just a knock-knock joke, you big silly. Oh my word, moving on swiftly. I kept looking. When she promised to write, I should have known. Yours very fondly, the roaming gnome.
The freaking roaming gnome. Holy shit. I totally forgot about the roaming gnome. That was back when people could afford traveling.
Xbox. Fun. Games.
Graphics, more power, and over 400 games. Xbox is now only $149.99.
I actually do remember this commercial.
I like things in life that are the best. My best friend. The best shortcuts. The best cuts. And of course, the best place for these. My son. Chris, let me call you back. I'm a little busy.
Now at Radio Shack, save $130 to $150 instantly on select Sprint PCS phones, including color screen and camera phones with a 2-year agreement.
Did I mention the best sport?
Radio Shack.
Luxury means never leaving home, even when you leave home. Surround yourself with DVD entertainment for 7 passengers. 315 horsepower. Remarkable handling. Satellite navigation, a rear-view monitor, and the most second-row legroom in its class. Introducing Infinity's new full-size SUV, the QX56. Unexpected? Expect nothing less from Infinity.
Dear X-Play, how can I play games and watch a fantastic show at the same time? Signed, All Thumbs and Thackeray.
Well, Thumbell, we've made it so easy, even Adam can do it.
My head might get in the way here for a minute, so I do apologize in advance.
Answer trivia questions, chat, win cool prizes, and more. To play, log on to techtv.com/hyperactive during X-Play Monday through Friday nights at 11 Eastern, 10 Central.
Watch and win. Play Tech TV's Hyperactive, only on Tech TV.
Cheaper than anime porn and almost as exciting. It's Adam Zetzler and Morgan Webb.
That's a comment on anime porn. Welcome back to X-Play.
We have returned with a massively multiplayer online RPG that is huge in Asia. Kind of like David Hasselhoff. Here, he's that dude who drove Kit in Knight Rider. Yeah. There, he's a rock god.
Which goes a long way towards explaining why Rhapsody, the musical RPG, sold so well in Japan.
But anyway, the popular MMORPG we're talking about now is Lineage. And the sequel is the recipient of a huge graphical update.
It's a big one. Now, it looks better than ever before, and it's chock full of dark elves and werewolves and happy hopping mushrooms, which I'm sure all the adults will be able to read into.
Yes, here's our preview of Lineage 2, The Chaotic Chronicle.
In the gentle land of South Korea, a game studio produced a game of mythic popularity, and all were happy. But a dark shadow fell across the land.
Where are the white women at?
And all lived in fear as monsters ruled the earth. The first thing you'll notice in NCSoft's Lineage 2 is the breathtaking attention to detail. Soaring elven towns, mystical trees, dark spirit lairs, and expansive dwarven mines embrace your characters as they comb the world in search of perks. You know the drill. Design your character, which is a thankfully simple initial endeavor. Spawn into your chosen realm, pick a quest at the nearest Union Quest shop, and run, Sprite, run! And run you will. As you spend months killing the local krill to level up and buy spiffy fantasy bling, you'll catch shades of a larger prey to come. Anywho, the hills are alive with the scent of fodder. Marsupial dogs, shiny cats, demon fetuses, trolls, goblins, bouncing mushrooms. That guy, I'm staying away from that guy. Spiders, yeah, I'm staying clear of them too for right now. Magic seems to hold sway over lesser enemies in the beginning. I mean, look how much trouble this tank is having killing old Yeller here. That's more like it. All the death without the up-close offending aroma. Yeah, I'm staying clear of that dude too. Let's check in on some of the character races and see what each has to offer. Ah, the peaceful elven people with their beautiful relationship to nature and their whimsical architecture. Greetings, gentle elves. Of what do you sing? The communal love fest of online gaming. Never forget there's humans behind them, their avatars. The Dark Elves' digs are majestically imagined. A gothic pallor hangs over their dread existence. I'm sorry, boys. Even if you're into this, you gotta get tired of looking at that ass. Put some
Spank
clothes on,
bank.
boy. The dwarf likes to chase girls. Or maybe other dwarves. What's going on here? Look for the expansive universe of Lineage 2 to unveil itself in the spring. Hey bro, my mine is over here. Wanna mine some more?
Now, one of the interesting things about this game is that Lineage really wants you to form clans with other players, so you can attack castles as a group and then defend them as a clan. It's very cool.
The other interesting thing about this game is that the Dark Elves' boobs bounce.
Ow, what? They do.
In a moment, balls flying everywhere.
It's all about quick hands and teamwork.
In MLB 2005.
Hit hard.
You're watching X-Play, only on Tech TV.
Hey guys, what are you doing? We're checking out your sponsor, Ditech.com.
Refinance your mortgage with Ditech.com for just $395 in lender closing cost.
I can hear you guys now. Lost another one to Ditech.
Call 1-800-DITECH-1.
Buy it on DVD. Smith has grown beyond your control. You cannot stop him, but I can.
The Matrix Revolutions. Complete the trilogy on DVD.
The world's more entertaining with the new Sony card. Because every time you use it...
I'm sorry, a Sony card?
Electronics, games, movies, music, all the things you want from Sony get closer with every purchase. And it comes with some other things you want too, like a 0% introductory APR, no annual fee, and 2,500 bonus points after your first purchase. Call right now to start earning points on your credit card purchases. As much as 8 points for every dollar you spend. Don't wait. Discover the benefits of being a Sony card member. Call now. With your first purchase, you'll receive 2,500 bonus points, more than enough for your first reward. Turn your everyday purchases into Sony products with the new Sony card. It's your window to the things you want.
I had taken 3 years of electronics courses in high school, but when I finished, I knew I really wanted a career in computers. A friend told me about ITT Tech. I spoke to a representative and signed up just 2 weeks after graduating. It was definitely the right thing to do. While attending ITT Tech, I was hired by a computer and technology consulting firm, and with the skills I picked up at ITT Tech, I believe I'll be able to adapt to new technologies and stay current as the future unfolds. I now work as a manager of information technology. My parents couldn't be prouder. They're happy that I'm taking my career to new heights. I'm really quite happy. Technology is the future, and that's where I want to be.
You sound happy about it.
We are educators helping people build a foundation for the rest of their lives. ITT Technical Institute, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-942-0077 or visit us on the web. Take advantage of our programs in information technology with a convenient class schedule to help reach your goals. Call 1-800-942-0077 today.
Two people you wouldn't even bring home to meet your Sims family. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play.
Later, we'll be looking at highly addictive games. But right now, we have returned with a big moment in X-Play history.
Yes, now for the past year, we have lamented over and over again about how bad the games made by 989 Sports are.
Now, however, we can say that there is an exception to the rule.
That's right. Today, we are honored and deeply gratified to bring you our review of 989 Sports' MLB 2005.
Blasted deep.
Baseball is a game of long hauls and dramatic comebacks. In that respect, MLB 2005 is a near total turnaround from last year, and so perhaps the best representation of baseball's drama and majesty. The primary offense that kept last year's club in the minor leagues was a jerky set of animations. That flaw has been rectified, and suddenly, it's a whole new ballgame. Not only do the players look good, but they respond with a welcome fluidity. Swift catches and trouser-staining slides abound now, and the straightforward control scheme complements the newly responsive players.
The double play is all about quick hands and teamwork, and there was plenty of that right here.
Get your hot dogs here.
MLB isn't the best-looking game around, but from stadiums to players, each representation is solid and totally passable. Still, I wonder what they're saying out there. I have to pee. Wuss. Really, they shouldn't let dogs run around here. Okay, moving on. The often
Oh, is that a Gerbo? Oh, excuse me. A Gerbo? I messed your name up, Alan. Welcome. How are you doing, good sir? And, I got some good old-fashioned X-Play playing. I got some comics I'm making. But that's pretty much all I'm doing right now. I'm kind of, it's to help me kind of keep consistent with my streaming or my comic book stuff. Welcome.
I can't decide. On the mound, pitching now benefits from hot and cold zones.
Can't connect, and he's gone.
Meanwhile, the batter's box offers choice without overwhelming players who just want to hit the damn ball.
Bunted to the left side.
Going beyond the time-chewing single-player modes is an online component that benefits from being supremely well executed. The omission of updated rosters, however, is simply stupid. With so much of the online game done well, there's no reason to leave out the updates. The only real drawback to 989's game is that there's very little here that hasn't already been done by the competition. In that regard, MLB is playing catch-up. Still, MLB 2005 has earned itself a 4 out of 5.
Safely aboard on the field.
Oh, we're so proud of you, 989. You should give yourself a pat on the back because you finally did it.
Now, if you can only fix your football, basketball, and hockey titles, you'll be golden. Cheers.
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 Coming up, the addictive dangers of gateway games.
Hey kid, wanna play a game?
Yo, this is my house. But before I was king of the
Ballers. Oh.
I took it one-on-one from the streets to the mansions of the NBA superstars. First I schooled LeBron and Melo, then took down AI and T-Mac.
Oh man, look at these graphics. Look at this fucking gameplay. Go up against Shaquille O'Neal and clap his ass.
You gotta have the moves. NBA ballers, rated E for everyone.
Damn.
Close the door.
What the fuck?
Let me give you what you've been waiting for.
Should I get the paperwork started?
Yeah, we'll take it.
Fantastic.
No other SUV.
Man, that what?
New Chevy Equinox. It's one hot SUV, an American revolution.
Gateway'd like to reintroduce you to
Oh
the
my
Computer.
goodness.
It's our
310T desktop, and right now you can take one home for just $499.99. It's packed with the Intel Pentium 4 processor, so it's got plenty of power for the whole family, along with a big screen for kids' games and tons of storage for mom and dad's photos, all at a great price. In fact, BestStuff.com said our 310 series offers plenty of bang for the buck. So call Gateway today, and we'll even ship your powerful new PC for free.
I'm in debt way over my head, but I don't know where to turn.
I get offers to lower my monthly payments and get out of debt fast, but I don't know if these companies are reputable. It just sounds too good to be true.
A friend told me they only lowered her payments by like $6, and they didn't even pay her bills on time.
I'm really scared, but I'm even more confused. So I end up doing nothing.
Your fears are well-founded. There are millions just like us who don't know where to go or who to trust. That's why a professional debt management organization has published Debt Free for Good. And they're making it available free to people like us.
Did you know that in 1 year, over 9 million people called credit counseling companies for help?
Debt Free for Good gives us the power of knowledge, so we can learn to make the right decisions.
I wish I had read this years ago.
Don't work with anyone until you've read Debt Free for Good. Call 800-625-3939 for your copy. It's free, so call 800-625-3939.
Want more? You got it at TechTV.com. Amazing things, cool things, and some things you didn't expect. TechTV.com. Get it? Got it. Bookmark it.
Look both ways before you cross Adam Zessler and Morgan Webb.
True.
It's not good to cross.
Welcome back to X-Play. Not good.
Now, as some of you know, Adam recently had an unfortunate incident in an arcade in Vegas involving a bottle of Maker's Mark, a Dance Dance Revolution machine, and partial nudity.
Now, the hair did grow back, but like most celebrities, I have to repay my debt to society by appearing in a series of public service announcements that inform people about the potential dangers of gaming. This is one of them.
Hey kid, wanna play a game? First one's free.
Hey, have you seen this in your neighborhood? Children, once youthful avatars of hope and vitality, consumed by an unnatural hunger to engage in the obsessive world of virtual cause and effect. Do you want this for your innocent spawn? Well, we here at the National American Association Against Inappropriate Interactivity, or NAI, have, for your benefit, identified those games that some parents might find harmless, but are just as dangerous and can lead to a lifetime of soul-ruining hard gaming. We call them gateway games. Mario. Oh, he's colorful and short, but it's just a clever Technicolor dreamcoat for a generation-spanning career of distraction from reality. This swarthy Mediterranean with facial hair uses a simple variety of jumps to get you into the game quick, but its simple design insinuates itself in you as you see greater rushes with increasingly complex challenges. Designed by foreigner Shigeru Miyamoto, known for creations with broad appeal and long-term dependency, Mario has now only strengthened his grip on the nation's phalanges with his movement into 3D, packing a stronger kick with more variety and more powerful difficulty. They call these games platformers, and that's what they are. Platforms to a glassy-eyed pursuit of jumping and collecting. The Sims. This game exploded in the late 90s with its emulation of domestic living and its promise of modest personal achievement divorced from the threat of actual consequence. Seducing the player with vast home decoration options and social interaction possibilities, it hooks them with open-ended design that never ends, managing someone else's life as yours falls into disarray. Designed by Longhair Will Wright, the mastermind of the Sim City craze, The Sims lulls you into a false sense of well-being as you control the lives of others, as you assume an omnipotent overseer, as you play God. Lastly is Tetris. While not as popular as it was during the epidemic of the mid-'80s, it's not any less dangerous with its powerful ability to make you obsessively connect falling shapes. Designed by Russians, the game is a gulag of time-wasting, motivation-killing, repetitive actions, and has re-emerged as designer games with names like Bust a Move. And now, with after-school theater, sports, and music programs being cut, vigilance is imperative to keep your children from falling into that dangerous cycle of self-destructive, deceptive pleasure. We here at NIE want to make you keep him from making your children play games. I mean, you got a couple of Raymans? I got some friends coming in from out of town.
I might have some in the car back there, buddy.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
Keep your eyes peeled for my next PSA, which is all about inappropriate touching with the Nintendo Power Glove.
Ew. Let's move on to something that is only slightly less uncomfortable. Viewer mail.
Ew. Today's viewer mail is from Nasif in Singapore. It's got international flavor, like bubble gum. In his own words, he writes, I really enjoy your show. I like the host of the show. It also helps when I want to buy games. But can you guys please, please, please give me Morgan's email? I am ever interested in chanting with her. Thanks, Nasif. Morgan, he's interested in chanting with you.
Okay, well, I'll be honest, I'm not really into the whole chanting thing. I mean, I do think that sort of stuff is best left to the Gregorians. They are a lot more professional. You know, and if it's magic chanting you're looking for, you know, personally, not super into the black arts, but, you know, I think you could find a lot of girls who play EverQuest, and they might be. Hope that helps.
Oh, it's really going to help. It's like a big bowl of help. If you'd like to send us some viewer mail, or if you want to chant with me, visit our website.
TechTV.com/xplay.
Now there we also have a newsletter that you can sign up for to get sort of up-to-the-minute clues about what's going to be in the show that evening.
And we also write a little personal behind-the-scenes information in
Yes, usually about what horrible thing has happened to me that day, so you can really feel like you're part of my miserable life.
Oh, well, that sounds like just an absolute joy. We also have outtakes from the show. Of course, we have anime porn where you can see naked people doing stuff or whatever.
I'm sorry.
Codes, in-depth interviews with glamorous celebrities, not including ourselves.
There's also some reviews of the game. So go there now. We're going to play some Bomberman.
Bomberman!
You know what? Bomberman's cool.
I'm going to kick it. You know.
I can put a bomb on you. Good night.
Good night.
Today on X-Play, this is how extraterrestrials say I love you in Aliens vs. Predator Extinction. Morgan gets doomed at QuakeCon. And a fairy asks silly questions in Otogi Myth of Demons.
How does your soul taste?
With pesto, it's delicious. It's game time. Please welcome two people who dream in polygons, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome to X-Play.
Today we have Aliens versus Predator.
Yay!
And we have a new Spy Hunter game.
Yay!
And we have Dead Ninjas.
Oh, so that's what that smell was.
No, we don't have Dead Ninjas on the set. That's that guy who shows up sometimes. No.
Right.
These Dead Ninjas are in a game.
Still kind of gross.
You know it is. I have chills. Okay, we also have, drumroll please, QuakeCon.
Yay! Yes, I went to Texas and had some delicious ribeye steak with some bacon wrapped around it and a side of death match.
That just sounds good all around. But first, we have helicopters.
Yes, we have a new version of a classic game. It flies again in our review of Choplifter Crisis Shield.
Protect the crisis! Keep it obsessed.
If you've never had the pleasure, the original Choplifter started out as a shooter on the Apple II back in the day. That was then, this is now.
All right, let's go.
Choplifter Crisis Shield puts you in the cockpit of a rescue helicopter, charged with saving the lives of those in distress.
Okay, they're on board.
The game begins with scenes featuring helicopters in action. It sort of reminded me of watching the intro to Dynasty. A beautiful chopper with a treacherous secret. All he wanted was power and altitude. But enough schmaltz, let's go flying. Choplifter starts you off in training mode.
I'm Lynn, your instructor.
This is where you learn the basic elements of chopper flight, like hovering, altitude control, and navigation. The first thing you'll notice is that the sensation of flight does feel pretty convincing. There's also a good variety of aircraft, each with distinct handling. The second thing you'll notice is that Lynn, your flight instructor, has about as much tolerance for mistakes as Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest.
Where are you turning? Correct the nose direction. You're going too fast. What are you doing? The curriculum is discontinued.
boxers, not briefs, in Maximo and the Army of Zin. Plus, the horror of song.
Amphibian paradise, wide open space.
My ears are bleeding.
When we get sunburned, we put on lotion.
It's game time. Giant rats in your dungeon? Just call your hosts, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Hello, and welcome to X-Play.
On today's underwear-packed show, we have a sequel to one of my favorite games of all time, and it answers the age-old question, what do knights really wear under all that armor?
Plus real-time strategy for the GameCube.
More Neverwinter Nights.
And we expose you to some of the worst songs ever featured in gaming. They're terrifying.
Plus, the shocking truth about where we get our interns.
But we kick things off with a game Adam is all excited about.
Yay! It's the sequel to 2002's Maximo Ghosts of Glory, which of course is based on Ghosts and Goblins, my favorite game of all time. Here's a review of Maximo versus Army of Zin. Now, we all know that Maximo is an homage to the classic Ghosts and Goblins series. But did you know that the original concept for the game was this? You didn't. Well, it's because I'm lying. Maximo versus the Army of Zin lets us return as the heroic hero, Maximo, who's definitely been exercising hypodermically. I mean, look at those muscles. And his shoulders. The cute toothbrush on his head. Outside of dubious personal training, the game has some significant differences from its predecessor. Firstly, this game is combat-oriented, and he has a new weapon, a big old hammer. Maximo has a bunch of new moves that can be purchased, and stringing together a bunch of badass combos makes the damage more damaging. More importantly, it's incredibly fun. This is some of the most satisfying combat I've played in a while. Also, the enemies aren't your typical ghouls and ghosts. This time around, you're attacked by the Army of Zin, a series of clockwork nasties that are filled with character and cogs. In fact, while the game isn't the most technically proficient, it has more visual energy than most other games out there. There are smaller additions as well. You can occasionally transform into Grim and indulge your float-and-slash fantasies. Plus, you can purchase new boxers, because from drawers comes burning vigor. What about the sock garters of penicillin? But the best change is that the game is no longer that cheap. It's $40! Oh, that's rich. Actually, you can now see enemies coming. And when they hit you, you're comfortable acknowledging that it's your fault. Plus, the camera works much better as well. Jumping is also a little less faith-based, as you can stab into ledges. But best of all, you can save at any time. Now, that's not to say it's gotten easier. Oh, no. This is not for the impatient or the gaming maiden. You can purchase continue coins, but when you run out of them, back to the beginning of the level for you. And these levels are long. Problem is, there are still enough technical issues that will get in your way, and you'd wish that something was more forgiving. Despite that, this is an engaging game from beginning to end. If you have the patience, skill, and, well, interest, switch out of your briefs and grab your sword. Oh, hold on. I didn't really mean it like that. No, it's... Jeez. 4 out of 5.
I have no time for this foolish game. Come, Mike.
Let me go!
While the game is still very hard, it's so much more fair than the first Maximo. Thank you.
Adam, why are you only wearing boxers right now?
Well, you know, I found Maximo's casual approach to combat to be inspiring, and I like that cool breeze that goes right through the studio here. You know, I also really like sophomore humor.
Okay, well, as many a gamer knows, video game music can be quite good. For example, the score of Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Or Spyro the Dragon.
Or Castlevania Symphony of the Night. But when the music is bad, it's very, very bad.
Like, horribly bad. Now join us as we explore the dark side of game music when we present another of X-Play's uncomfortable moments in gaming.
You in your underwear is an uncomfortable moment. Will you put some pants on?
No.
And now, X-Play presents Uncomfortable Moments in Gaming. Today's story, the horror of song.
Song. From the frothy pop of Final Fantasy X to the oddly didactic hip-hop of Parappa the Rapper.
When I say boom, 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 you say bam, bam, bam. No pause in between. Come on, let's jam.
Song has been gaming's blessing and its curse.
Select your hero.
Bad music in video games is nothing new, as recent releases like Billy Hatcher can attest. But when you add lyrics to that music, the resulting combination can induce agonizing pain. Yeesh. From the theme song oddly reminiscent of Young Guns era Bon Jovi in 1999's Rising Zone.
Sorry, I had to say goodnight to my girlfriend.
Federation versus Xeon.
Oh. You know, I wonder if this is like the other Gundam game. I actually like that game.
The testicles. Not that I'd know what that felt like. And when the music is removed, leaving characters a cappella, the results can be shocking.
With my rice, I like to have some cow, cow, cow. It tastes so
Oh my
very
God.
good, I don't know how.
But no one title has truly encapsulated the horror of song more than Rhapsody, a musical adventure.
Cornet is my name and I'm
Oh.
a puppeteer too. With my puppet friends, there's nothing that we can't do.
This is definitely an English translated game.
Theater, a veritable match made in hell, and one that would appeal to a limited audience. This man. Released in 2000, Rhapsody presented PlayStation owners with such timeless hits as Someday, Evil Queen,
Oh yes, I am evil personified, so get down on your knees.
Amphibian Paradise,
Amphibian paradise, wide open space.
the Mountain Men song,
Mountain men, big and strong and full of fury.
and Amazing Pirates.
We are the most amazing pirates. We hunt for sunken treasure in the ocean. When we get sunburned, we put on lotion.
Lotion? Needless to say, in the United States, Rhapsody went over like a lead balloon covered in fat people. However, in Japan, it sold like hotcakes because people there are crazy.
Okay, of course we aren't implying that all of the Japanese are crazy. Despite the game shows where people scald themselves and the fact that in Tokyo, I saw a mechanical shark that sang the song Witchcraft.
But we are saying that Rhapsody has some of the worst songs we've ever heard. She sings about puppets and lotion, for heaven's sake. And why aren't you wearing any pants yet?
I'm free.
Up next, getting medieval. In Neverwinter Nights, Hordes of the Underdark.
Welcome to the wireless age. Got your HP Pavilion ZT3020 notebook PC featuring Intel Centrino mobile technology. Your HP camera and wireless printer. Setting it up was easy, right, Techno Boy? Because you went to CompUSA for that state-of-the-art HP engineering. Then CompUSA came over, set it up, and trained you for free. Who else gives you so much attention? CompUSA, unmatched.
FIFA Soccer 2004, rated E for everyone.
NCAA Football 2004, rated E for everyone. From EA Sports, now on Engage.
We see Fiona exploring a new world, filled with learning, filled with wonder. We see standing ovations and records beat. We see her graduating at the head of her class. We see kids full of potential. We're inspired to create software that helps them reach it.
For Kit Yoon, the only way out of the Hong Kong underworld is to go back in. Jet Li in Rise to Honor, rated T for teen.
The stage is set. The players are ready. And weeknights at 11:10 Central, the battle begins. Don't just watch X-Play. Play along live with Tech TV Hyperactive. To play, register at techtv.com/hyperactive. Then watch X-Play weeknights at 11:10 Central. Log on and play. Answer the questions. Chat with other players. Win cool prizes. And look for your name on the leaderboard live on TV. Tech TV Hyperactive. Only on Tech TV.
Just when you thought it was safe to get back into the water, it's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
But I can't swim. Welcome back to X-Play.
Our Dungeons & Dragons fans who bought BioWare's Neverwinter Nights in 2002 discovered that they'd picked up one of the best role-playing games of the last few years.
Though the single-player campaign did leave a little something to be desired, Neverwinter Nights provided a tool set for players to create their own D&D campaigns. So you could make your own fantasy adventure. How cool is that? Plus, Neverwinter even allows you to go online and act as a dungeon master in real time.
But now the second expansion pack for Neverwinter Nights is out, and they finally created a single-player campaign we really like.
Here's a review of Neverwinter Nights, Hordes of the Underdark. Dungeons & Dragons seems to be the source material of choice for PC role-playing games. And it's not just a love for 20-sided dice either. The pen and paper game that has survived 3 generations has proven itself as a worthy source material for tons of video games. And in the case of Neverwinter Nights, that's been a good thing.
You, male. Remove this dead fool and summon my red sisters.
Harsh words from a harsh lady. Set in the famed Underdark, originally popularized by the Dark Elf trilogies, Neverwinter Nights' second expansion pack, Hordes of the Underdark, depicts a cruel underground world dominated by a matriarchal society of evil dark elves. Yep, sinister, dirty, bad magic elves.
Come on, let's go!
And so, the new expansion has it falling on you and yours to do a little dungeon cleaning.
No time for talking, let's get to the action!
Okay, so if you have an existing character, more power to you. But if you don't, the game lets you choose from an assortment of beefy adventurers or simply whip one up from scratch. Plus, all of the homemade characters will be available in both the fatty and skinny variety. Love that. Now, most players will simply play through the expansion single-player campaign, and luckily for them, it doesn't disappoint. Thanks in part to much improved storytelling and better voice acting.
It's time to take out the trash.
Yeah, let's get this show on the road. Now, one of the unintentionally amusing sides to Neverwinter Nights has been the freedom to drop all that armor and junk and simply streak around mostly naked.
Now you shall taste my power!
While that's not really an effective fighting strategy, it does give rise to the occasional smirk. And perhaps not to be outdone in the second expansion, Underdark allows players to enlist the aid of additional fighters. And new to this series, you can manage their belongings. And so if you choose, you can have them run around mostly naked as well.
Oh my word!
Strike swiftly.
Follow me!
Once more into the breach, my friends!
Or not, that's just me. Basically, though, what you'll find here is yet another satisfying hack-and-slash adventure, filled with perilous traps and a veritable plethora of challenges. A little brief, perhaps, but we're giving Neverwinter Nights Hordes of the Underdark an improved, expanded, and worthy 4 out of 5.
What's up with you and games where people are in their underwear today?
I don't know. It's just some weird pantless theme that we've got going.
Well, the theme stops here.
Well, actually, there's going to be a scantily clad ogre later in the show. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Coming up, Adam Setzler, Evil Genius, Bust Stunts.
It revolutionized fuel-efficient driving, and now it's even better. The new Toyota Prius. It's bigger, more powerful, and even more stylish. The 2004 Prius is propelled by hybrid synergy drive, which integrates all the aspects of the Prius's hybrid system, from the electric motor to the gas engine, and makes it more powerful and more fuel efficient. In fact, it's one of the most fuel-efficient cars available. Imagine the money you'll save at the pump, plus you never have to plug the Prius in. The Prius also generates almost 90% fewer smog-forming emissions than the average new car. But the new Prius isn't just a solution for the environment, it's also ideal for an active life. The new Prius is the world's only midsize hybrid. The 4-door liftback includes increased legroom and cargo space. Toyota didn't stop there. They redesigned the interior with the latest technology. The available smart entry and start system means you never have to rummage around for your keys again. Available Bluetooth technology allows for hands-free cell phone use. And my personal favorite, the available DVD-based navigation system.
This is an ad? What's going on?
The power to move forward. The new Toyota
They just purchased like a whole ad space just to tell them, hey, the Prius ain't bad.
Stop jumping on the bed. Stop jumping on the bed.
You'd be happy too if you saved up to 75% on your hotel.
Christ.
Sleep, drive, cheap.
In the new millennium, over half of the Earth's computers fell victim to the attack of the killer worms. These deadly worms threaten to destroy our computers. But for less than $1 a week, you can fight back with Stop Sign. Stop Sign guarantees to get you and keep you virus-free or your money back. And you get unlimited free phone support. Stop Sign, because the only good worm is a dead worm. Stop Sign, the best virus protection guaranteed. Call 1-800-WORMS-KO now.
Want to take off? Enterprise Rent-A-Car has takeoff weekend specials from $9.99 a day. That's Friday to Monday, just $9.99 a day. So take off this weekend. Log on to enterprise.com or call 1-800-RENT-A-CAR.
We interrupt these commercials to bring you Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to the show.
And here at X-Play, we get a lot of viewer mail, and not all of it is hostile or condescending. In fact, many people ask us the same question. How can I become one of the X-Play interns?
Now, if you think we get them from prestigious academic institutions like Harvard or Yale, or maybe we have them complete a rigorous screening process, or maybe force them to compete for the job in deadly gladiatorial combat. Well, you think that, you'd be wrong.
Well, now, finally, it's time to pull back the curtain and reveal the truth behind how we get our unpaid workforce.
Here at X-Play, our interns have grown to love their jobs. In fact, we get hundreds of letters from the public asking how they too can become interns. We hate to leave our viewers in the dark, so let's take a step into the past to see how intern Desiree got her job as an X-Play intern.
Oh, this place is a mess. Where's intern?
Adam, we don't have any interns today or tomorrow.
Fine. I know how to deal with this. To the war room. Boys, it's time for Operation Shanghai. Let's move. Move.
Negative. There's no candidates here at the mall. Over.
Damn! Spotter, proceed to the next location and continue operation.
Second location, no viable subjects. Over.
All right, Muscle, pick up the spotter. Go check out the park.
Sessler, subject is in park. Initiate Shanghai.
Gentlemen, we are a go.
We're always on the lookout for easy targets. Oh, I mean interns. Maybe you'll be next.
That's how we get the interns?
Don't worry about the interns. We treat them really well. Don't we? Desiree, we got you a new haircut and everything, so you're really happy to be here, aren't you, Desiree?
Cassie is my real name. Desiree is my intern name.
But you're really happy to be here, aren't you, Desiree?
Yes, very happy.
In a moment, Ogre in a G-string. It's Goblin Commander.
The new GMC Envoy XUV. Multifunctional, adaptable, retractable. The revolutionary Envoy XUV. The sport utility with more utility. Only at your GMC dealer. Professional grade engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
These days, staying on top of your credit and protecting yourself from identity theft isn't an option. It's your responsibility. Here's a new website, protectmyid.com, that can not only help you save thousands of dollars, but may also protect you against the fastest growing crime in America. At protectmyid.com, you can instantly see what's in your credit report and who's been looking at it, so you can make sure everything's accurate. Log on to protectmyid.com. Sign up today and receive your free credit score in seconds.
Staying on top of my credit can help me save a lot of money.
Staying on top of my credit helped me get the lowest interest rate on my car loan.
I want to be protected against identity theft. At protectmyid.com, I get daily email alerts if key changes appear on my credit report.
Stay on top of your credit and give yourself the peace of mind you deserve. Log on now to protectmyid.com. It's your credit, it's your responsibility.
Tuesdays on Tech TV. At 8:30, hot products and cool gadgets. Check out Fresh Gear.
We got our hands on one, and we are giving you a sneak peek.
Then at 9, ordinary people with amazing ideas. Watch Invent This.
If people have to live in boxes, somebody should at least invent a better box.
And at 9:30, what happens
Come
when your
on.
body is pushed to the limits?
We're supposed to be living in better houses, not boxes.
It all starts Tuesday night at 8:30, 7:30 Central on Tech TV. Weeknights at 9 on Tech TV. Amazing discoveries.
It's very, very hard to describe that feeling of discovery.
Extraordinary people.
Living life as a cyborg.
And things you never knew were true.
There is supposed to be a cover-up. It's official policy.
Weeknights at 9 on Tech TV. Inspiring stories, compelling drama, and exciting new shows. See it all. Every weeknight at 9, only on Tech TV. At techtv.com, you'll find amazing shows, cool news, games, contests, and more. Find it all. Log on to techtv.com.
Now with Ragdoll Physics, it's Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play.
Look, in case you were scared there wasn't going to be any more tasteless semi-nudity on today's show, we return with a strategy game that shows off a little hot ogre flank.
Now this puppy comes to us courtesy of the former employees of Blizzard. They're the developers behind StarCraft and Warcraft, two of the biggest real-time strategy games in the world. Here's our review of Goblin Commander.
Our story is not one of providence, not one of divinity or evolution from the primordial slime.
Thus begins Goblin Commander Unleash the Horde. No, it's not a game about letting fantasy hookers out of a prison all at once. It's an action-packed strategy game in which you command goblins and trolls in a war against other goblins and trolls. You play the role of Commander, which actually means you're a big glowing cursor on the screen. You can use this cursor to move your troops around by clicking on the ground, just like a normal real-time strategy game. The cool twist in Goblin Commander is that you can actually possess individual units and move them around like a character in an action game. This applies to the little Goblin Clan guys here, as well as the big guns of the Goblin Commander world, the Titans. Each clan has a different Titan, but I like the Stone Ogre. He smashes things. Provides a heaping helping of ogre booty, and he eats enemies and wildlife for health. Sheep with green blood. Red-blooded sheep equals mature rating, you know. Unlike many strategy games, Goblin Commander is blissfully light on the resource management. You only collect two things, gold and souls. Your effort to monopolize both the economy and spirituality allows you to summon new troops. All you have to worry about in construction is where to put your 3 defense towers.
Man, I know I keep saying this before, but like adjusting my drawing table like this has been the biggest game changer. It's so stupid. I feel like such a fucking idiot. It's like I'm so precise now and I feel like I'm quicker. I don't know if I'm just getting comfortable with it, but like that's so weird. Sorry, I'm just like still kind of viewing it right now.
The one glaring flaw of Goblin Commander, there's just not enough of it to go around. The single-player campaign is a fairly short 5-chapter affair. The only other way to play is the 2-player skirmish mode. It's fun, but split-screen
Oh man, I feel like such an idiot. I've been drawing like that for years, like with the drawing table down, and now I'm doing it like this, and I am such an idiot. Oh my god.
A 4 out of 5.
The good news about Goblin Commander, it's available on the GameCube, which means that there's finally another real-time strategy game for Nintendo's console besides the whimsical Pikmin.
The great news?
Yeah.
It's time for viewer mail. Great.
Yes, today's viewer mail is from Chris in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. He writes, "Can you tell me in which game the famous line of dialogue, 'All your base or belong to us,' is from?"
Well, the game was 1991's Zero Wing, which was a space shooter from the Genesis era.
Screen turn on. It's you. How are you, gentlemen? All your bases are belong to us.
Dude, infamous.
It's a generic title that was completely unremarkable except for the weird dialogue, which included the now infamous line, "All your base or belong to us."
And someone made a dance remix of that dialogue.
Yes.
And the rest is history. Tonight, we have it here for you.
Yes. Visit our website, techtv.com/xplay. Have a good night and just love this video.
Sing a dance.
God, this is like Internet Archive shit.
prizes for the Homeland Special with Morgan Webb, Adam Sessler, plus Ratty the Puppet, Stumpy the Old Man, Drunk Link, Drunk Rider, and a Yuletide cornucopia of other very special guests.
That Ninja Sex Party?
One outside. Talk to that young ruffian. Boy, what Dr. Artis and Frank said about that one.
Shut up! Shut up! Or I'm gonna put Vioxx in your Geritol.
You know, in my day, puppets were nice. Clean fur, smelled like fruit cocktail.
Don't make me collapse an artery.
It is blustery out there. Is everything okay while we were out?
And that furball sure has a mouth on him.
Stumpy's been having one of his episodes.
Do we need a towel?
All right, what we need to do is warm the place up, get some cocoa going, and start opening presents.
First, you gotta help me get this menorah on the top of the tree.
Menorah?
Jew? I had no idea you were Jewish, Ratty.
What do you think this was?
All right, well, you put that away. I'll help you get the menorah up there.
You just make a foreskin joke?
Enjoy our picks for the PS2. Sly 3 puts both sides of your cerebral hemispheres to work, taxing them with some of the cleverest gaming diversions we've ever played. Something massive this way comes. The majestic existential expanse of Shadow of the Colossus will act on so many parts of your psyche, you'll begin to view it as a new form of art. What do you get when you cross an animated, jangly, jointed rock aesthetic with some decent songs and a challenging game space? It's Guitar Hero. Lady Stardust will want a turn, as this challenging interactive rockioke will surely please all. Resident Evil 4 finally makes its way to the PS2, and the wait was worth it. The graphics are tight, and this time around, you'll get to mission as Ada. I'd say see you later, but you really can't see, can you? Okay, it's present time.
No, Adam, we need to perform a Christmas miracle first, a selfless gift for the holidays.
What, we're gonna say something nice about the game?
I'll be right back.
No, even Jesus doesn't have a GameCube.
But the president's such a GameCube, and Jesus loves him.
What do you mean, Ratty?
Limited appeal, childlike, and nothing new in ages. Sounds like a purple lunchbox should be his thing.
Ratty, your topicality is so alienating.
Let's sing a song. I want to sing the Battle Hymn of the Republic.
No, there's gonna be time for that later, Stumpy. First, we're gonna give the gift of freedom to the interns so they can enjoy the season unshackled.
I don't care, I'm singing now. My eyes have seen the coming of the glory of the...
There you go. Run free, loyal subservience. With this freedom, you're gonna turn into the man we've always dreamed you would be.
But it's so cold outside. Can't we have a jacket or something?
We can't, like, reconstruct your lives for you. You know, it's gonna be a long, hard road ahead. But remember, you're free, like the Iraqis. Yeah, no, it's great. Just don't go fight amongst yourselves. Well, I feel all warm inside. And what better way to celebrate it than with our picks for the PC?
I still don't have health insurance.
We know, Halloween's over. But that didn't stop us from putting fear on our list of PC stocking stuffers. This bloody shooter has you taking out a psychopath who's literally eating his way through a top-secret research facility. We're recommending Fear for its nifty slow-mo shootouts and creepy storyline. If you're as sick of World War II shooters as we are, you're gonna love Battlefield 2. This thoroughly modern sequel is all about balls-out ballistics and sweet rides. This game is perfect for that creepy military nut in your life.
Scout the building. Got you, Metacore. I'm all over it.
If you're sick of playing as a squeaky clean good guy in City of Heroes, maybe it's time to take a walk on the dark side with City of Villains. This standalone game lets you live out your evil impulses. Once you start leveling up, you can't stop. Speaking of dangerous addictions, prepare to surrender your social life to Civilization 4. The game refines the habit-forming gameplay of the original and throws in a crisp new 3D engine and lovingly orchestrated soundtrack. Plus, the game's narrated by Spock.
I am the Lord thy God.
Beam me up, Nimoy.
Dag nabbit, it's Christmas time, and all Social Security can afford me a song, so you all's gonna sing with me. How about that St. Wenceslas ditty?
How about Mozart's Requiem, you colostomy bag refueler?
Why would I sing that European claptrap?
'Cause I'm gonna kill you if you start singing.
Now, Ratty, that's not nice. Stumpy, we'll sing a little later.
Well, that's fine, and I'll just have to tell you all about what happens in season 3 of Matlock. Starting with the man that died at the...
Jingle all the way.
Well, that was fun. How about we open presents now since no one got anything for Stumpy?
I know, it's so sad, but why is he here in the first place?
Old people are funny.
More like Smail's funny. Damn, he's so rancid I could spread him on a baguette and serve him to a Parisian.
Zelda, I'm coming! I killed these guards and tell Ganon I'm coming for him next.
Dad, but I'm bleeding. No, Drunkling, no, that's not Ganon. It's an annoying old man.
This isn't Ganon's lair. It's just our cheap appeal to the holiday-minded.
What? I thought I found her. I thought I found my Zelda. I mean, Tingle led me here.
Tingle?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Damn it, you useless sack! When I find you, I'm gonna shove this bottle up your ass.
No.
Hey! Get away from me, you frostman!
Yeah, that's not Tingle. That's your real-life girlfriend.
Excuse me, that's not my boyfriend. That there is a soused penis support system.
But I turned back time. I mean, I played my ocarina.
That wasn't an ocarina, you dumb You blacked out with my diaphragm in your mouth.
To X-Play's Holidays for the Homeland special.
Oh, look, the interns have constructed a shelter for themselves out of empty eggnog cartons. We've finally achieved self-determination. Oh, it collapsed from the weight of all that snow. Oh, those cookies smell delightful.
You know, Morgan, that's not the true meaning of Christmas.
No, Adam, the true meaning of Christmas is wholesomeness and peace and sharing and also something vaguely religious. I've never been that clear about it.
Let me tell you a story about Christmas when I was 12.
Lights, please.
My parents had recently filed for divorce. My dad had moved out of the house to an extended stay America in Belmont because my mom set his clothes on fire.
That sounds horrible.
Don't interrupt. Now, when we came downstairs on Christmas morning, my brother and I, there was the biggest pile of presents we had ever seen. I had Super Mario Brothers 3. I had a bike and a remote control boat. My mom sat in the corner, rocking back and forth slowly, saying, "Boys, you're not going to leave me now, are you?"
Come down, Lacey, sing this song.
Then my dad showed up. There was a Sega Genesis, a CD player, and an entire collection of Bionic 6 action figures. Then, of course, my mom, she accused him of trying to buy our love and threw the nativity scene at him.
It's really depressing.
Pay attention to me, Morgan.
Oh, sorry. I just got back.
I must have played that for about 10 hours.
I just was talking to my friend.
Listen to my parents screaming about one another's
He told me that he watched the Minecraft movie for the first time, which I saw it in theaters. It wasn't that bad. I was telling him that the pacing is awful, but it's a decent film. I mean, it stays faithful to what, you know, what's it about.
Rampant consumerism of the holidays will always heal us.
Let's get this. I gotta see if this is...
Here are picks for the GameCube. What can we say about...
I gotta see if this is...
Yeah,
it's running.
It hasn't already been said about Mother Teresa and Bono. It pretty much changed the world. Not to mention making the GameCube more than a Mario wasteland. We love the thrills, chills, and spills. So drop some bills and dive into this most evil of residences. Some people choose a path of happiness and peace. We call them hippies. I like a path of radiance. That's what the Fire Emblem series is all about. You like tactical RPGs with turn-based action? You have a GameCube? What are you waiting for? Battalion Wars, the bastard offspring of Advance Wars, brings us a new kind of world order. This 3D third-person team-based shooter has all the weapons you'll need to fulfill your warmongering heart. Donkey Kong journeys his way through the jungle metaphor of life, but this time finds his inner Matthew McConaughey by bringing the bongo beat clothing optional. If you don't want to work and just want to bang the jungle beat all day, you can't beat this game. Jungle beat, that is.
Damn, Morgan, celebrating Christmas with you sure is fun. I thought you might not like me because I celebrate Hanukkah.
Hey, I just don't like phlegm.
Don't be silly, Ratty. Lots of people celebrate holidays other than Christmas. Why, I remember the Wookiee life days of my youth. Lights, please. You know, my family, we would all gather around the life tree, and we'd remember a time before Kashyyyk was enslaved. And then as the
When did
juice
this
of
come
the
out?
fruit would mingle with the tears on our cheeks, we dreamed of a day when the Empire.
It doesn't have a date, damn it.
You know, that hope for Wookiee liberation, it's part of my culture. You know, would you like to share some of your culture with us, Ratty?
Damn straight.
We need a good holiday tune. Oh,
Man, X-Play is bizarre. I forgot how weird it was.
This is the prayer we say over the special Hanukkah candles. Baruch atah Adonai, bitches. Elheinu meluka anum. Damn. Asher kitchanu v'mitzvotav. Vitzvianu lahadlik narot shel Chanukah. Suck it.
That was beautiful, Ratty.
So which of those alien words actually meant Santa Claus?
All right, culture time is over. Let's get back to the fun, non-ethnic holiday.
Oh my God! It's burning!
Smell that? Those are chestnuts roasting.
Oh God!
Your favorite governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love the holidays. I love the holidays so much that I directed a movie called Christmas in Connecticut. Of course, nobody saw Christmas in Connecticut, and nobody voted for my propositions. Like I said,
It was governor, so it's like 2010s, 20... Man, I don't even remember.
And to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of the unions. One final message. Santa Claus pays no taxes and almost nothing to the state. So remember that when he gets you one of these games for the handhelds. My hands are really big.
Dawn of Sorrow may sound like the name of an emo band, but it's actually just the latest Castlevania game. Join effeminate hero Soma Cruz as he sets out to stop a mindless cult from resurrecting Dracula. You can use the touchscreen to draw magical seals, but the real draw here is the rock-solid Castlevania gameplay you come to know and love. Tetris junkies, rejoice. 2 instant classics are on store shelves now. Luminous for the PSP is your standard gem-dropping puzzler with a twist. Each combo you pull off adds fat beats to the bumpin' soundtrack. If you're less musically inclined, Meteos for the Nintendo DS challenges you to light up matching shapes and launch them into outer space. Buy Luminous if you have a PSP, and Meteos if you own a DS. They're cute, they're cuddly, and they're out to poop on your DS. That's right, the Nintendogs Revolution is taking over America, one shoe toy at a time. These adorable critters like to go on walks, play frisbee, and make new friends. What the hell are they doing? Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories is a big adventure that fits in the palm of your hand. Set in the city from GTA 3, this PSP game lets you tear through downtown and cause oh look, it's Grand Theft Auto on a handheld. What more do you need to know? Mario Kart DS power slides its way onto our list of holiday must-haves.
Oh yeah.
Strap into a garage full
This must be like 2005 December.
Okay, it's basically the same Mario Kart you played before, but with redesigned courses so crazy, you'll be barfing up your eggnog in no time.
I got this game for Christmas too.
Lord versus Silent Night had so many slurs about the Irish.
That Altakaka's going with sugar now.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a great game.
Do I hear Angelina Jolie crossing her legs?
I think it's the power vacuum in the Middle East.
Hey guys,
Sure is a lot of snow out here.
Hey, Sniff.
Sure is a lot of snow out here, man.
Hey, Sniff.
Is that snow on your face?
No, I'm just passing through, going to my old lady Yolanda's place.
Then keep moving, dickweed.
Hey, you got any baking soda in there for some baking? Some soda?
Sure, come on in. Why is he sniffing the Christmas tree?
Looks like someone's been dreaming of a white Christmas.
You know, this is what the holidays are all about. Good friends.
Good memories.
Good luck getting anyone to believe that we're actually getting along.
Oh, Ratty, this is the time of year when you open up your home to everybody. Christian, Jew, damaged, creepy, and Wookiee.
Somebody say something about a party?
And hippie. We're gonna open the door for the hippie, aren't we?
Sure are.
Hi, everybody. You know, there's a couple of dead kids outside.
Yeah, those are just two people learning that with great freedom comes great responsibility.
You brought a guitar. I know there's someone that's gonna be happy to know there's a musician in the house.
Hey, Stumpy, you won't believe who's here.
You know what, just go on back there. You're gonna make his holiday.
Wakey, wakey, old-timer.
You know, it's amazing. With all the different religions and cultures in this country, the holidays still reduce themselves to the simple concept of the festival of life.
He's dead.
People really like to find hope in the darkest time of the year, and we really need to find that necessary human need to release from tension and the stress that consumes us the rest of the year. And, you know, we've all found that with good friends, not trees to worship.
You know, trees aren't nearly as annoying as the two of you. Plus, I like syrup.
Ratty, don't you think there's one aspect of the holidays you could like?
I can't think of anything that would make me happy during this time of year. Well, maybe one thing.
Well, I know some people want to know our picks for the Xbox and the Xbox 360. Enjoy.
When gathering with family and friends for the holidays, why not curl up with Condemned Criminal Origins? It's gritty, it's addicting, it's abusive, and you can kill hobos. Finally, a World War II game our greatest generation can be proud of. Call of Duty 2 could be the best World War II game we've seen since Russia was our enemy and McCarthy a champion of civil liberties. Good enemies, good battles, and good friends. That's my kind of war. What more can we say about Half-Life 2 that Moses didn't say about the Ten Commandments? Nothing. It's the end-all, be-all, and it kicks major Sorry, it's the holidays, but come on, it's Half-Life 2! A fairy princess, a kingdom in despair, and monster transformations. It all screams the holidays. Cameo can turn into different environmental creatures and critters, each with their own attacks, abilities, and dreams. Sounds cartoony? It is, and we like it that way. So will you.
Wow, that sure was great, wasn't it, Steve? Yeah, tour de force of holiday game programming. I can't wait to see what comes next. Let's watch. We gotta renegotiate those contracts.
Can you dig it?
Decisions. What game? What system? Help us, X-Play! Here's our best of the multi-platformers available this holiday season. Have you ever wanted to know what James Dean felt in his final minutes? With Burnout Revenge, you can have that feeling again and again and again. What brings holiday cheer more than deadly car wreckage? Answer, nothing. Hey, it's a monkey! And he's not monkeying around. There's a new Kong in town, and this bad boy don't throw no barrels. Do we really have to point this one out? You know Peter Jackson's involved, right? You better get ready. He may be coming to your town. For the holidays, anyway. On the way to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters, why not buy Battlefront 2?
Yeah, this is 05.
Yes, is over. Finally, but the games will continue forever. You know this universe by now. The ships, the characters, and
Damn.
more worlds to play around on. I do not have a bad feeling about this one. Say it with me. Oh, warriors, come out to play, yay!
Ooh.
Impress your friends and family with a game that glamorizes the wonderful world of gangbanging. The movie that people pretend
Rockstar.
is now a video game, and the world is better for it.
How could this get better?
Well, we could open presents.
You know, '05 really was a great year of game stuff. There was a lot of good shit coming out.
Did somebody say dinner?
Come on in.
Whoa, easy, buddy. Easy, you all right?
Oh, he's fine. Just take him home and have him show you his Wind Waker. And by Wind Waker, I mean...
Right. You know, there's a couple people lying down outside.
Yeah, learning about freedom.
So, what you got there, Kevy?
Don't call me that. And this is your Christmas goose.
Where'd you find a goose in this weather?
Funny you should ask. Couple nice Chinese gentlemen. They just arrived and sold me them on the cheap.
Is it okay? It's hacking and wheezing. It sounds like it's under the weather.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine. You know, they said they had a really long trip, so there's probably nothing to worry about.
Oh, okay, well, it's really nice of you, and you're not even on our show.
No, thank God for that, right? You know, Morgan, this time of year is really all about opening up, and I have a good feeling that next year we're going to be a little closer.
You know, I think next year is all about possibility and potential. You know, next year, nothing's gonna hold us back.
Next year, there's a new Zelda game, and thousands of people are sharing my all-new adventures.
Next year, I'm going to leave you in a ditch to die.
Next year, I'm not going to do this episode.
Next year, there's going to be more snow. And next year, we want to spend more time in your home. But until then, from us to you, we want you to have a happy, safe, and healthy holiday.
Have a happy and safe
Today on X-Play, it's all about pain. We fall apart over Painkiller. Get shocked by the Pain Station. And some people are painfully excited about future tactics.
Hold on to your underwear, ladies.
It's game time. Warning! May cause seizures. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
And like Pokemon. Welcome to X-Play.
On today's show, we have a shooter where you literally go to hell.
Fun place. A real-time strategy game filled with a delightful amount of spurting blood.
And a tactical RPG unlike any you've seen before.
Plus, because legions of screaming children demanded it, Pokemon Coliseum.
And on top of that, Adam and I play a game on the Pain Station, the only console that can burn you and give you a communicable disease.
It's like an Xbox crossed with an angry dominatrix.
But we start things off with a first-person shooter that will give the Serious Sam fans something to cheer about.
Now, for those of you who don't know,
Wait, Serious Sam?
released in 2001 on the PC.
Now, people loved it because it was one of the first-person shooters, besides Doom, to pit you against swarming stampedes of monsters.
First person.
Frantically mow them down as your heart rate went higher than a trust fund hippie at a Fish concert.
Okay, now a new first-person shooter called Painkiller is out, and it may be what the Serious Sam fans have been waiting for.
Here's our blood-soaked review of Painkiller for the PC.
Painkiller.
Come to Papa. Okay, pay attention. This is the part of the review where we're going to make fun of the game. Actually, our problem is with the story. Painkiller is a first-person shooter with a storyline that's about as engaging as most other first-person shooters. In other words, it sucks. You play
Great.
a guy who's too preoccupied with trying to get a little nookie to bother keeping his eyes on the road. And before you can say, hey, watch out for that truck, wham! The poor guy winds up in purgatory talking to Mr. Creepy Voice.
Attack soon. He wants you to stop them.
So apparently demons from hell are invading purgatory and the man upstairs can't be bothered to lift a finger. So they want to send you out to do his dirty work.
I know where to get weapons. Good.
Along the way, you meet up with Eve.
Put that weapon down.
Yep, it's the original hot chick. Wish she'd get a haircut. Yeah, so I know what you're thinking. This is all really dumb. Fortunately, there's some gameplay as well. And trust me, if you like action, this is a game you don't want to miss. At first glance, Painkiller is an ultra-generic shooter. You traipse about in spooky locations, dispatching wave after wave of monsters that would look right at home on a heavy metal album cover. So, after the first level, we were just about ready to send this baby to the bargain bin. But then we started to notice something special about Painkiller. It freaking rocks. The violence here is so over the top, it turns every single kill into a thing of, well, beauty. When it comes to dealing out the damage, you've got 5 different weapons, each with a unique secondary firing mode. For example, your shotgun is nice, but it can shoot out liquid nitrogen to freeze your enemy solid. Chill! And the stay gun looks sucky at first, but after you pin a few guys against the wall, you'll come back to this weapon time and time again. Let's make sure he's dead. Yippee-ki-yay. Even the game's namesake weapon, the Painkiller, proves handy, either up close as a mobile Cuisinart, or from the distance as a holy ray of death. Now, besides the killing, you also have to collect souls. Should you snag 66 of them, you'll turn into an invulnerable killing machine. And who wouldn't want to be one of those? Tarot cards can grant you special abilities, like endurance, which is welcome because some parts of the game are T-O-U-G-H. Tough. But the game never feels impossible. You're definitely the baddest badass in the afterlife. So, Painkiller is tough to categorize. Let's just say it's a mindless shooter that we give a 4 out of 5. This game is awesomely violent. I enjoyed it immensely.
And if you don't own a PC, don't worry. Painkiller will also be out on the Xbox later this year.
Now, Painkiller brings up an interesting point. Sure, firing the stake gun is moving and beautiful, but is it art?
Now, if a film can be an acknowledged art form, why not games?
Well, guess what? Now they are. We went down to the Yerba Buena Center in San Francisco to see one of the first exhibits dedicated to the art of video games.
And that's where we found the Pain Station. We're here at the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts to check out Bang the Machine, computer gaming art and artifacts.
Finally, someone figured out that gaming is an art form. Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Now, this angular fellow right here is John Carmack. He's the head of id Studios that makes Doom and Quake. This is in honor of the fact that he really created 3D images in games. That's why they made a polygonal model off of him.
Behind me are some portraits of gaming luminaries. On the top, we have Will Wright, creator of The Sims, and he's holding one of his cute little Sims in his hands. Dag, dag. Now, below him is Lord British. He's the creator of Ultima Online. I don't know what's up with the plastic cup, though. Maybe he's a big party animal.
Okay, now here are 2 people that you should always have a portrait of in your home. That's Shigeru Miyamoto. He made Mario and Zelda. He's smiling because he made really good games. Now up here is Shinji Mikami. He created Resident Evil. Now notice he's not always in the frame. Maybe it's a bad camera angle.
This is so cool. I want this in my house. Is it a carpet or is it Space Invaders? It's both.
So we're here with Rene de Guzman, who put together this show, and I just gotta ask you, you don't usually expect to see games inside of a museum, so what brought this about?
The video games have evolved to the point where they are interesting to look at beyond the sort of packaged games that you get out of companies. Artists can then use it as sort of a language to create works of art.
This looks like almost like Age of Empires or Diablo or something, where you look closely at the photos, at the pictures.
Right.
There's something quite different.
Yeah, I think what this artist is trying to point out is how increasingly our experience of the world is mediated through media.
All I know is that if we get to live our lives more virtually, I want more hair.
So this is in questionable taste. This is Waco Resurrection. You play as David Koresh, and you're protecting your compound. There are some voice-activated elements, and the weird part is that the microphone is in the giant Koresh head. Let's play.
Hey there, Morgan.
about this. This is the pain station.
It was made by Germans.
You basically play Pong against your opponent, and if you let the ball pass the paddle and get shot.
All right, the way that you start the game is you put your hand down here by depressing these two buttons. That completes the electrical circuit, and that lets the game know that you're ready to play and get hurt. So not content with one type of pain, the pain station offers up 3. You can get whipped with this little doodad right here. And these nodules here give an electric shock. And out of here, there's hot burning heat. Oh boy. Sounds like fun, right?
You up for a game?
We know how this is going to turn out. Oh boy. That really hurt. Something bad's going to happen. So today we learned that video games can be art, and that art can be painful and embarrassing.
Can I take this off now?
No.
Okay, the pain station seriously hurts. I got whipped and shocked.
Now for me, the pain, borderline torture, tension, and degradation, that was just another day here at X-Play.
You can see our full interview with Rene de Guzman at our website.
TechTV.com/XPlay.
He has a lot of interesting things to say about art and video games.
Or you can just download outtakes of Morgan and me getting whipped and burned. Somehow I think the more critical fans will like that more.
Coming up, future tactics.
I chose a boogie woogly.
Boogly woogly? Is that even a word?
I've done a lot, but I just did something I never thought I could do. I took my first flying lesson for $49. It was fun and it was easy thanks to a great flight instructor. All it took was $49 and the free certificate from Be a Pilot.
Try flying for just $49 with your certificate from Be a Pilot. Call 888-BE-A-PILOT or log on to beapilot.com.
Surprise yourself, expand your world, and discover flying. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You know you're wrong, right?
Yeah.
Hearts or puppies?
Hearts and puppies.
She replied to my email yet?
Oh.
How about now?
Oh.
How about these?
How about these?
Ballet?
Works every time.
That was good, right? Ballet?
Life's better with the Butterfly. Come see all the ways you can get more done at msn.com.
Welcome to the meeting that's nothing like a meeting. No travel, no downtime, just pure collaboration. Microsoft Office Live Meeting, a new service that lets you collaborate with groups small to large. Hold impromptu discussions to high-profile presentations, all with just a phone, PC, and an internet connection. So no matter where you are, it's as if you're all at the same table.
Goddamn Cadillac affording Led Zeppelin songs. Come on.
Show at the same time. Signed, all thumbs and Thackeray.
Well, Thumbell, we've made it so easy, even Adam can do it.
Play Tech TV's Hyperactive. It's the game you play online while you're watching X-Play. Answer trivia questions, chat, win cool prizes, and more. To play, log on to TechTV.com/hyperactive during X-Play Monday through Friday nights at 11 Eastern, 10 Central.
Watch and win. Play Tech TV's Hyperactive, only on Tech TV.
I'm running out of colorful adjectives here. And Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play. We have a tactical role-playing game for you.
Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, right, a giant grid.
Well, don't worry. For a strategy game, Future Tactics feels a lot more like an RPG than a tactical title. Here's our view of Future Tactics.
You're right. The world was certainly a better place without them. People lived in cities once, drove cars, made love, had kids. put down roots. Not like now.
Welcome to the sexually repressed future. Strange creatures have disrupted order on Earth, and it's your job to fix it. Like you haven't heard that before. But this is different. Look at me. Whee! This is Future Tactics, a turn-based tactical RPG that looks and feels like a platformer. So here's the deal. Forget the number-crunching grid-like battlefields of other tactics games. You're free to run your character up, down, and all around the Valley of the Green Dots. Each mission has a condition objective, like blowing this catapult to smithereens. But doing that is not easy. You also have to attack and defend against the hordes of aliens that try and get in your way. Plus, the targeting system can be a little frustrating. I just want to... Damn, sometimes it's hard to keep steady. Usually, you get to toggle between a few characters, with each of them getting one shot. Then the enemies get their turn. Here's where hide-and-go-seek comes into play. So, find shelter behind rocks or inside newly blasted craters.
I killed a boogly woogly.
But don't stay there too long.
I'll get it.
And if an enemy finds you, you can be sure the little bastard is going to call out to his other comrades.
Get over here, quickly.
Here's another thing. The natural environments like rocks will become a hazard when destroyed. And watch this. So get creative and use them to your advantage. Here's something helpful. Enemies likely to attack will have your character's face in its thought bubble. Along the way, you get power-ups and other upgrades that will help you. And did I mention that there's a story with some emotional impact?
Stop interrupting. What do you want?
My feet hurt.
Yeah, want to know what I think of it? Seriously, skip it and get to the action. While the story and fake British accents dull the gameplay.
Hold on to your underwear, ladies. The guy with the 10-ton gun is in town.
Whatever, just don't get in my way.
The dynamic and destructible battlefields and hands-on approach to strategy still make Future Tactics an interesting and original game. X-Play gives Future Tactics a 3 out of 5.
Future Tactics is a nice departure from what we've come to expect from tactical RPGs. Though the Harry Potter clone with the glasses and the boogly-woogly talk is annoying.
As annoying as me?
No, he's much more annoying than you. You're quite lovable.
Okay, what if I said boogly woogly?
A little less lovable.
What if I said dick dick?
Up next, optimism abounds in Besiege.
Is it my curse to bring sorrow and death to all who are dear to me?
Anime Unleashed, tonight at 1 a.m., 12 Central, only on Tech TV.
Gateway'd like to reintroduce you to the home computer. It's our 310T desktop, and right now you can take one home for just $499.99. It's packed with the Intel Pentium 4 processor, so it's got plenty of power for the whole family, along with a big screen for kids' games and tons of storage for mom and dad's photos, all at a great price. In fact, beststuff.com said our 310 series offers plenty of bang for the buck. So call Gateway today and get all you need for less than $500.
We see Marco, jazz master, rock star, classical virtuoso. We see his potential.
Who is that?
To create software that helps him reach it.
Ball Mason, is that Mason? Like from Work Mason?
Of course you are.
Nice to
Or it
meet
could
you.
be someone else. Sorry if I'm getting you mixed up with other people.
We're going out. I made reservations.
But welcome.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, hello there, Mason.
Intolerant.
What is new with you?
Wow, you made this for me?
Yeah, I learned how to knit online. It's really no big deal. And
GG.
and this. Okay.
Does he looks like Stan from fucking South Park? What?
For blind dates, good idea for online trading. Ameritrade Apex is our premier.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
access to exclusive webcasts.
I have a friend who also is named Mason, and he came in here,
Plus 25 commission-free internet equity
and he does those things. I actually remember him from work, so sorry about mixing you up there. But welcome again, Mason Manhunts.
Welcome back to X-Play. We have a real-time strategy game for you.
I'm just doing some just finishing up some page stuff. I actually managed to get a lot of stuff done quicker, so that's cool.
Welcome to the world of Besieger for the PC.
Will you join us in our battle?
Yeah, we know it doesn't quite sound like a real word, but our good friend Webster is never wrong. A besieger is one who does the besieging. Enemy! Enemy! And that's a pretty apt description of the gameplay.
That's all good.
Besiege, to surround a city or
I apologize for getting you mixed up with another person.
capture. 2, to crowd around somebody in an oppressive check and check. Besieger is an RTS that takes a decidedly unpopular gameplay strategy and makes it the main focus of the game.
Drawing the army closer to the city.
It encourages you to build lots of defenses and hole up in your impenetrable fortress of solitude. If you did this in any other RTS, you'd be labeled a wuss.
Well, thank you.
It's a very smart move.
Yeah, the guy who I got you mixed up with, I used to work with him as a delivery driver, and I remember him having a stream name, but they were also named Mason, so.
I just love the sounds of happy birds as I slaughter ogres and wolves. Luckily, this game takes place before the SPCA and animal cruelty laws. For an RTS, this game is pretty bloody. It's like every hit you land severs a major artery. That's nice. We like that. Oh no, everyone is dead. Now what do we do? Let's go look for more things to destroy and kill. As I mentioned earlier, the main emphasis of this game is on building up your defenses while tearing down your opponents.
Oh. So, Mason,
Trinity of RTS games. Gathering your resources, building your base, and raising your army.
I'm just gonna call you, Mason, if that's cool. Mason Manhunts. Because I think that'll be, if you bounce between it, but have you ever seen, Tech TV? Or ever this sort of, I don't know if this might be out of swing, but this was like 2005, 2004 kind of. It was, it's kind of crazy to think, yeah, 2004. Okay, sick. But yeah, it's just, it's like a video game kind of review, and they talk about games and whatnot. A lot of these are like prime games for me. I got a lot of games because of these decisions, and I only would watch it whenever I would go to my grandparents' house. Oh, that's cool. It's a review. Excuse me a minute.
This bolt is 4.5 inches long, made from hardened alloy steel. 6 of them connect the cargo box of the Ford F-150 to its frame. Why do we do this when others don't? Because we're building the strongest pickup. You can be sure of that. We are. Only one truck earned the right to be the next Ford F-150.
Hurry into Circuit City today and save on your new DirecTV system. Right now, get a free 3-room DirecTV system installed when you activate any Total Choice programming package. After mail-in rebate, you save $150. And you'll get this free golf package with any multi-room DirecTV system after mail-in offer worth $200. That's a total value of $350. Only at Circuit City.
I moved to Earthlink because my wireless connection goes where I do.
We moved because I can be online and she won't miss a call. It's for me.
I moved because I can have high speed at home and still get email wherever I go.
I moved to Earthlink because they help keep online intruders out.
I moved to Earthlink because their customer service gets it right the first time.
Different people, different passions, different reasons for moving to Earthlink. From an array of access options to an assortment of protection tools. What will your reasons be? Call 1-800-827-0142 and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price.
I'm with Earthlink because they revolved around me for 10 years.
Celebrate 10 years of Earthlink making the internet better. Performance, control, protection. Choose the internet that's right for you. Call, go online, or visit these retailers and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Move to Earthlink. It revolves around you.
Welcome, Nutscoot.
I'm Laura Swisher.
I'm your TV pal, Martin Sargent. All right, tonight's show is...
You got some bread and sauce? What kind of sauce? Is it like just butter, or is it like a homemade fancy sauce?
Wild side of technology. Unscrewed. Weeknights at 11:30, 10:30 Central. Only on Tech TV.
Sausages too, dude. I love eating a lot of pork, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Barbecue sauce, yeah.
Welcome back to X-Play.
Pokemon.
That's like my got like spicy barbecue sauce, and I always coat that in everything. Like hash browns and barbecue sauce is just so good. Anything potatoes with barbecue sauce is peak. I just went grocery shopping today, and we got like hot sauce, like, you know, salsa and tortilla chips, and I'm always trying different salsas. The key thing, and you know, this could just be me, so it's whatever, but if you're trying to look for a product of salsa to get, they're all mostly the same, but I recommend getting the ones that are, I mean, obviously from Mexico, but also the ones from Texas. The ones from Texas are actually like better than the ones that they say, oh, we're from Colorado or some other crazy place. You know, I don't know, you know, what or how it is, but every time I get a salsa from Texas, it's just peak every time. And I think it's because there's a lot of there's still a lot of Mexican businesses and things going on over in there. You know, that's how my grandma was, because my grandma lived over down in Texas, and she would just take me to random burrito carts, and they were the best burritos you could ever have. But I'm getting off keister. The bread and sausages with the barbecue sauce sounds really good. I need to actually eat something good. A question, do you like Spam? Spam is one of my favorite things.
Okay, not my best work. Social skills in the Pokemon world aren't very sophisticated. Case in point, they have battles instead of greetings. If you meet an enemy, you battle. And if you meet a friend, you battle. I think all these people went to the prom alone. The tone of the game is a touch edgier than earlier titles. See, you were part of a criminal gang of Pokemon poachers, but you betrayed your buddies and stole a special gadget that lets you capture dark Pokemon. These dark Pokemon have a special hyper mode, which makes their attacks more damaging. But they're so disobedient, they might attack your other Pokemon, or even you. You can purify these Maladroits by using turns in battle to heal them. Tactically, this is a compromise. Healing means they can level up and learn new moves, but leaves you at a disadvantage during the fight. The strength of the franchise is also its weakness. Pokemon Coliseum plays at the shallow end of the strategy pool, and most of the gameplay spent navigating lists and menus. Pokemon fans will dig it, But then I don't really need to tell you that. Other gamers get a good chance to try out the trademark rock, paper, scissors gameplay to see if it makes them swoon with delight.
Yeah, I was thinking about baking. Like, baking spam is, I did that a couple nights ago. You cook it right, you score it. Oh my god, you glaze it. Oh my god, it's magic.
Let's go to your mail.
Okay, today's email is from Dwayne. He writes, where can I post disembodied voice intros?
Excellent question, Dwayne.
And we have an excellent answer for you. Now, some of you know some of the intros our disembodied voice reads are written by fans.
You know, the ones we're talking about. Please welcome two people we like to write cruel intros about. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. And now they're such uplifting fare.
That was very good, by the way.
It was?
Yeah, it was.
Thanks.
Yes, all you have to do is log on to the Discuss X-Play Topics area of the X-Play message boards to post your disembodied voice intros. If we choose yours, we'll add it to the Intro Hall of Fame.
We have a Hall of Fame?
Yes, we do.
Really?
For the intros.
But
called
we
the
don't
Intro
have
Hall
one
of Fame.
for us. All right, if that's not enough interactivity for you, whoa, though, that's a lot. Every night you can play X-Play's Hyperactive game. That's hyperactive.
You are hyperactive. You can play along as you watch the show at 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes, it is a nighttime show you play along with, and there's like a leaderboard, and you can see if you're winning. And if you're winning, you can tell the other people, you suck, I'm winning.
Exactly.
Which I don't do much due to my lack of success.
And then you can get prizes and stuff like that. It's basically questions about the show and about us and that kind of thing. It's fun. You should do it.
Now, go to our website right now and read the reviews for the games that were on today's show. You'll be very edified as a result.
That was nice.
Good.
Yes. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Coming up tonight.
Ugh.
X-Play, TV's most watched video game show.
Today on X-Play, pick your fighters. Adam and Morgan go hands-on with the broadcast premiere of the Wii's biggest game of the year, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Plus,
Was it worth the wait?
with Condemned 2, the brutal survival horror Sega.
Is it worth the wait for Brawl Taunts?
And see who felt the thrill of victory and the agony of virtual defeat. All that and more coming up on X-Play. It's game time.
Hello and welcome to X-Play, the center of the gaming universe. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler, and we're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles on Monday.
Man, this, look how fucking,
Show, we are set to go hands-on with Super Smash
look how
Bros.
corporate it
We'll
is.
check out the lineup and whoop some Pikachu ass. You do not want to miss our exclusive first look. Then Kristen Holt will come by with some life-saving strategies in today's cheat. She'll show you how to survive one of Heavenly Sword's most difficult boss battles.
Plus, we have another exclusive demo, one that's way more brutal than anything Nintendo could ever come up with. We're going to go hands-on with Condemned 2 Bloodshot. And forget the Super Bowl. The real competition happened at the Madden Bowl. We were there, and we're going to show you who dominated the virtual gridiron. But first, let's go over to Morgan, who's got all of the day's news in our gaming update.
Thanks, Adam. Xbox 360 owners are discovering that Burnout Paradise cannot be played online without a hard drive. This directly affects anyone who purchased the arcade or core systems, since neither comes equipped with a hard drive. Apparently, Paradise requires storage space greater than what a standard memory card can hold, so purchasing a hard drive appears to be the only solution. On the other hand, this news shouldn't be too big of a surprise, considering a warning is on the back of the game's box, which clearly states a hard drive is required for online sessions with 2 to 8 players. Midway has announced that hip-hop legend and founder of Public Enemy, Chuck D, will provide play-by-play commentary and act as an in-game studio host for the upcoming freestyle basketball title NBA Ballers Chosen One. Meanwhile, super producer Just Blaze, who previously worked with rappers Jay-Z and Kanye West, will produce the game's instrumental score. Gamers who want to live the life of an NBA superstar can pick up the game when it hits store shelves on April 1st. A new trailer for the upcoming third-person shooter Faith and a 45 was recently released. Perhaps best described as Bonnie and Clyde meets There Will Be Blood, Faith and a 45 tells the story of two outlaw lovers, Luke and Ruby. The game takes place during the Great Depression and plans to pit gamers against an evil oil tycoon who has gained power by taking advantage of the country's poverty-stricken citizens. While an official release date still hasn't been set in stone, the game is expected to arrive sometime in November of next year. Gears of War sequel rumors have apparently been confirmed by the cover of this month's issue of GamePro magazine. Among other Xbox 360 games, the cover promises a special report on Gears of War 2. The highly anticipated sequel was rumored to make an appearance at this year's Game Developers Conference, where Epic Games is planning to demonstrate the developing power of the Unreal Engine 3. The latest issue of GamePro magazine is scheduled to hit newsstands on February 12th. That is all for today's gaming update. Be sure to visit us on the web at g4tv.com/xplay to continue getting all of today's up-to-the-minute video game news. But now let's go over to Adam, who has more on the fighting game we owners have been patiently waiting for.
Thank you, Morgan. I'm not going to mince words here because I want to get right to it. We're about to go hands-on with the broadcast premiere of the Wii's most anticipated game of the year, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. All right, well, here we are. This is the American version of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. We didn't run out to some import store.
And I just shot you.
And you just got me because I was turning apart to the camera. So I'm playing the Pokemon trainer, and one of the tricks with him is while he stands there motionless, you're actually controlling one of 3 different Pokemon. And right there I had Charizard.
Man, it was such a big deal when this game finally came out because the game preceding it was Melee, and even when that game came out, it was considered a big deal. It like redefined the entire game. I know people who still play only Melee because I don't know. It's just it's a good game.
You also have the chain Pokemon attack, which I'm trying to show the nice people. Okay, so you just oh, now I'm
here we go. Now, this is one of the coolest things about this level because this is the WarioWare level, and so you actually have these elements of it that I screwed up on right there that incorporate things that you would expect to be playing inside of WarioWare.
Yeah, there are like a lot of cool levels. I do enjoy playing with the Pikmin though.
All right, let's change up my Pikmin again, and now Charizard. Yeah, there we go.
I enjoy the you know, some of the enemies can become giant.
Exactly.
And extra scary Bowser is.
I think anyone who thought they might actually try to tone down this Smash Brothers will be sorely wrong because it is one of the most chaotic games I've ever played. Okay, also, I think I want to point out that I'm using the Wiimote with the nunchuck, and I have to say, it does work. You have to sort of get used to where the placement of the buttons are. Your special attack is the B button on the bottom, but outside of that, I think it's actually fine. I find jumping with the nunchuck to actually be a little bit easier.
I have not tried it with the Wiimote yet, so I'm excited to do that. I'm actually playing with the old GameCube Classic controller, which we haven't like busted out. I know.
It's not even a Wave Bird.
When's the last time you busted that out?
But yeah,
my flamethrower.
For a lot of people that were playing the GameCube version, it probably will give them a sense of comfort because obviously the controls are not that dissimilar from the previous version.
Yeah, and they're pretty much exactly the same.
All right.
There's my Pokemon chain. There you go.
All right, hold on. Let's do this right now. This is fun. The chiseling, another WarioWare element.
Another little mini game action.
Right.
And what I also like about this too is if you don't have an extra nunchuck, you're not going to have to buy one. You can kind of bust out your classic controller if you're one of the 10 people.
Clearly, what Nintendo's trying to do is make this game as accommodating to anybody out there that happens to have a Wii, because I think that they definitely plan to sell quite a few of these.
And just bye-bye.
All right, well, that's a little taste right there, and if that wasn't enough Smash Brothers for you, be sure to tune in to XPlay all week for more coverage. And while we're on the subject, let's take a quick look at some of our favorite levels. Here's our picks for the best 5 in the game in today's X List. At number 5, we got Skyworld. Now, this is Pit from Kid Icarus's home turf. But the little winged kid needs to hire some better contractors as his floor keeps breaking underfoot.
Number 4 is Norfair. This lavish lava level is from Metroid, and every so often a giant wave of lava will overtake your platforms. I hope your favorite band is Hot Hot Heat. Number 3 is Picto Chat. No, you're not looking at DS footage. Every so often, a random doodle will be drawn on screen, changing the whole landscape. Easy there, Picasso.
At number 2 is New Pork City. Yes, that's pork, not York. This Big Apple is a huge, beautifully detailed board that's home to the terrifying Ultimate Chimera. And I thought they said violent crimes were down this year.
And our number 1 is WarioWare. This is the level we saw during our hands-on. This crazy stage is full of all the challenges you'd expect from the master of the minigame. The only question is why it took so long for him to get the limelight.
Coming up on X-Play, the Cheat Angel drops in with some tips on Heavenly Sword. Then Adam goes hands-on with our exclusive demo of Condemned 2, Bloodshot. Can you survive the beating? Plus, X-Play's on location at the Madden Bowl to see who packs the most pigskin punch. All this and more, stay tuned. This portion of X-Play is presented by Verizon Wireless.
Visit us on the web.
Welcome back to X-Play. Heavenly Sword can sometimes be one hard-to-handle hack and slash. So if you find yourself forever frustrated by Flying Fox, fear not. Kristen Holt is here to help.
Thanks, Adam. In all honesty, Heavenly Sword doesn't take that long to beat, especially if you use a little strategy.
Ugh.
In today's cheat, we show you how revenge is
My
sweet.
back is killing me because I'm hunched over. I'm hunching.
Putting the heavenly into Heavenly Sword, here's Noriko. She's like
But you know, it's coming along. It's looking decent.
Ultimate Fighting Championship, packing in plenty of sex appeal
Ugh.
and girl power.
Also super hot. Ugh.
Sword is Flying Fox. Yes, you battled him earlier in the game, but now he's back with a vengeance, and he's twice as hard to beat. The scrap starts after he hangs your adopted sister and all-around innocent pal, Kai. Now it's time for Flying Fox to pay the badass sword-wielding piper. Pay attention, and we'll show you how to serve up a piping hot dish of revenge. Flying Fox's first attacks are aerial. When he throws his razors, they'll either be blue or orange. The blue attacks can be deflected by hitting the triangle button when the razor hits. If it's an orange attack, you just need to hold down R1 and hit the triangle button. When Flying Fox finally graces the ground, unleash as many power combos as you can. He'll come at you with his blue and orange attacks again and again, but this time he adds in some red. When you see him go red, run. These attacks can't be blocked, so just get out of the way. Eventually, Flying Fox starts making little Flying Fox babies. Like Michael Keaton in Multiplicity, he has the ability to make bad movies. Bad clones of himself. Use your combos to knock these duplicates back from whence they came. Be careful not to let them swarm you. Sooner or later, the real Flying Fox will spawn 8 or more additional evil twins. Use your ranged stance to keep these creeps at a distance. When they finally fall, Flying Fox will be defeated. Well, almost. Kai still has some life left in her body, and thankfully a crossbow in her hand. Take aim and plug this villain in his black heart. Now you've just grounded this Flying Fox for all eternity. Nice work.
See? Piece of cake. Be sure to check g4tv.com/cheat for the latest tips and tricks. Right now, I'm going to send it back over to Adam.
Thank you, Kristen. Now, don't forget, the G4's new nightly block of totally foreign shows, Duty Free TV, starts tonight right after our show. Now, this block features shows unseen here in America, super big product fun show, and unbeatable Bonzuke. So, if you want to see some jaw-dropping foreign shows, don't go anywhere.
Sounds great. We need to take a quick break. When X-Play returns, we get bloody fingers during our exclusive hands-on with Condemned 2 Bloodshot. Then we go on location to give you a report on all the football action in Phoenix. No, not the Super Bowl, the Madden Bowl. But first, let's take a look at today's leaderboard and see who are the top killers.
Who are the top winners? Priest Floyd is a good name. Also, Sir Ted Danson. That's
Protest an open rebellion at eBay. The feed starts in 60 seconds.
Call. The sooner you'll be buying direct, so call now.
Welcome back to X-Play. The human mind is a fragile instrument. If one were to, let's say, brutally murder hundreds of homicidal maniacs, it might have some slight lasting effects on your psyche. This is the toll Condemned Criminal Origins took on Detective Ethan Thomas, but now he's back and crazier than ever. Get ready, we're going hands-on with Condemned 2 Bloodshot.
Monolith Productions, the company who developed Fear, is set to release a sequel to the 360's ultra-violent and underappreciated launch title, Condemned Criminal Origins. Condemned 2 Bloodshot features the return of a broken-down and homeless Ethan Thomas. The events of the first game have turned Ethan into an alcoholic and made him prone to hallucinations. This sequel features another horrifying single-player storyline, as well as 4 distinct multiplayer modes. Joining us today from Sega is Konstantin Hanzopoulos. Thank you so much for stopping by and bringing Condemned 2, which I'm really excited about. Quickly, where does this game pick up? Does it pick up right where the first game left off? How do we start the story up again?
It takes place about a year after the events of Condemned 1, or Condemned Criminal Origins. And basically, Ethan's fallen on hard times. He's basically become a raging alcoholic and a pretty pissed off guy, and that's where we kind of pick the story up. He's trying to really put his life back together, and bit of a Fight Club, bit of a Sin City kind of vibe thrown in there.
Because there's nothing like violence to get you back on your feet.
Absolutely.
Really.
Absolutely.
Now, really, the first game was one of the most remarkable achievements at the launch of the Xbox 360. But from that game, what have you learned that you're now applying into Condemned 2?
Well, it's always tough being a launch title. I mean, the hardware isn't mature. You're still working on systems and so on and so forth. And I guess the big thing for us is really just coming to grips with the hardware, really harnessing that hardware and really just, across the board, graphics, physics, gameplay, most importantly. It's just really trying to not just create a sequel, but sort of reinvent the game and really kind of deliver the game that we originally wanted to deliver on launch. But we were a bit hampered being a launch title.
Right. Now, it sounds like the character, because there's so many more moves, he does, in essence, is more powerful. And so much of the original game, what made it so scary was your sense of powerlessness. How were you able to keep that sense of, endless panic going in Condemned 2?
Well, one of the things that we've really tried to do is, we felt that in Condemned 1, a lot of the enemies were fairly generic that you came across. And again, as being a launch title, we really didn't have a lot of time to work on AI, a fidelity of AI. And so we put a tremendous amount of effort into the AI of Condemned 2. Specifically, that AIs will now outflank you, they'll outsmart you, they'll work together. And basically, it's constantly going to keep you on your toes.
All right, I'm definitely playing this one with the lights on. Now, also, there's multiplayer in this game. For a game that's not just really was single player, but it's so solitary, how are you going to make multiplayer work in this?
It was it was a tough thing to do because we had to bake this into the game from the start. It was something that we could not tack on 6 months to 8 months into the development cycle. So we sort of sat down and asked ourselves, well, what is the Condemned experience? And it's really about hand-to-hand combat, in-your-face, creepiness, surprise. And so what we really tried to do is take that great sort of singular experience that you have in Condemned and bring that over into a multiplayer environment. We have traditional deathmatch and team deathmatch modes, but the two real big modes that we have that are very unique to Condemned and we feel are pretty cool multiplayer modes are what we call Bum Rush, which is basically 6 guys play the various and sundry hobos and bums and creeps that you'll find in the game, and 2 guys are playing cops. The cops are more powerful, bums less so. They basically it's a 2-on-6, if you will.
Okay.
Right? And then once a cop dies, the guy who took him out takes over. And so it's kind of a rotisserie revolving kind of thing, right? And there can be only one. So even between the 2 cops, there's only one winner.
And so they have to even fight together themselves.
Exactly.
Oh, I like this. And the other mode you're interested in?
The other mode is what we call crime scene mode, and this is basically think Counter-Strike with a forward area of battle, constantly moving forward area of battle. So the way it works is You have the SCU pitted against essentially the infected, what we're calling them, the bums and hobos of the world, right? That's a pretty fun mode, very scary.
It sounds very tantalizing, both the single and the multiplayer. I can't thank you enough for bringing this right to have us get a look at it. I am also personally very excited to play this game.
Excellent.
Thank you again. Well, Condemned 2 will be shipping out on March 11th, and stay right there. X-Play will be back with more in just a minute.
Up next on X-Play, the Super Bowl may have scored big numbers, but we'll check out all of the superstars when we go on location at the Madden Bowl. Stay in your seats, the game's not over yet.
Video games are evolving, and now so are we. Introducing X-Play, next only on G4.
This show also available or on demand.
Welcome back to X-Play. Last Friday, the X-Play supercomputer, Madden, made a prediction for yesterday's Super Bowl, and boy, was it wrong. But needless to say, we were all wowed by the winning performance of the New York Giants. But not all of the gridiron action was taking place in the University of Phoenix Stadium. Take a look as we go on location to Madden Bowl 08.
Madden Bowl 08. In video game circles, it's almost as big as the Super Bowl itself. What self-respecting NFLer doesn't like to get his hands on Madden and do what he does best? All of the best and brightest of the National Football League were there. People like Kellen Winslow.
I am the best.
Jason Witten.
I'm throwing it to T.O. and to 82.
Sean Merriman.
Man, they come over and get losses at my house.
And New England's own Lawrence Maroney. He knows Tom Brady.
Because it ain't like we lost in real life yet.
But it wasn't about the glitz or the glamour. It was about the gridiron. The action was hot. The action was heavy. The action was Madden. The first round was intense with no love lost between these real-life American gladiators. No love lost at all.
Touchdown Chargers.
But everybody was having a great time, so what does it matter? These competitors were here to win and win big. The second round was where the legends of the second round were made. Johnson, Lynch.
Oh, no worries. I was just kind of locked in there for a minute. I just kind of... Yeah, the inking has been just kind of, you know, it's been a process, but I've been liking it, you know. But no worries, you gotta do stuff.
Marshawn Lynch, mano a mano. McGahee picked the Redskins, Lord knows why. And Lynch took the Patriots.
I don't know if you were here when you left, but have you ever, do you like Spam, or have you ever eaten Spam?
I mean, not making the playoffs and all. But in the end, as we learned from the Highlanders, there can be only one. Willis McGahee.
I'm the greatest Madden player in the NFL, ever.
There's no time for losers, Mr. McGahee, because you are the Madden 08 champion of the world. All right, we've exhausted the clock, and there's no overtime today. Join us tomorrow for another all-new X-Play at 8. On Tuesday's show, we review Devil May Cry 4. Will Nero be able to surpass Dante in the category of Best White-Haired, Red Leather-Possessed Protagonist?
Then Pro Gamer T Squared is back with some tips on how to survive in Call of Duty 4 long enough to make the jump to Call of Duty 5. Plus, we continue our week-long look at Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
Never tried it. Yeah, you know, it might be an acquired taste, but I like bake it and fry it and serve it with eggs, and you know, some it might be too salty. I get the 25% less sodium, and then you know, it tastes a lot better, but I personally really love Spam, but I know a lot of people probably won't like it.
Today on X-Play, put on your Devil Bringer. Devil May Cry goes next gen, and we've got the review. Then, Hello Nurse. We get up close and personal with an exclusive look at the lovely ladies of Super Smash Bros. Brawl.
I'm sorry, what?
Game to the next level. Pro Gamer T Squared stops by with some.
You like salt? Then yeah, you'd like the original. It's like, imagine a really salty ham. What? There's no Spam? I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, I feel like I thought that was like a worldwide thing, but maybe it's just a dumb American thing. Oh man, maybe I'm overhyping it, but like you cook it right or you bake it right, and it's just amazing. I baked it a couple days ago, and it was just perfect. It's like crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a bozo, but I love Spam. It's so good.
And show you what the ladies are capable of. Then we go on the hunt for some demons with a rookie hunter named Nero and give you our review of Devil May Cry 4. Don't worry, Dante shows up.
Plus, if your kill-death ratio in Call of Duty 4 is less than even, you should probably stick around for some tips from pro gamer T Squared. And if you like fantasy card-based board games, and who doesn't, then you should check out our review of Concept Saga, which has been reinvented for the Xbox 360. But first, let's go over to Adam for all of today's top headlines in today's gaming update.
Thank you, Morgan. Well, Gearbox Software appears to have started on a new secret project. Developer of the Brothers in Arms franchise, Gearbox Software CEO Randy Pitchford stirred up some excitement with a forum post where he mentions his company is working on something big, something that everyone will notice and will want to play. It is worth noting that Gearbox worked on the PC ports of Halo Combat Evolved. While no official details have been released, we have to entertain the notion that Gearbox might be working with Microsoft on something possibly involving the Halo franchise. Again, this is strictly rumor at this point, but it would make some sense considering Bungie's recent split from Microsoft and Gearbox Software's involvement with Halo in the past. Perhaps our Eminem may have been involved with the now canceled film adaptation of Grand Theft Auto. Variety reports that plans for the film
I might even reheat the rest of that Spam.
one of 6 major studios involved last spring. While no official reasons were given for the cancellation,
I wonder if she
believed that the reshuffling of management at Take-Two
what her opinion is, if she liked it or not. Because I'm the only, it's like me and my girlfriend are the only people. There's like a few other people. My stepdad introduced it to me, and then I kind of was like, yeah, whatever, you know, it's not bad. But like when you mix it with eggs, it's pretty decent. Is that a wah? That is a really squished wah. Why? It must be just squished on my thing. Oh, best viewers on Discord bot. Oh, thanks. I can't even read your name because it's in blue. Look at these bots. They're like, you want to increase your viewership by 10 billion people?
Was simply a speculative article about what might be included.
You're like, sign me up.
That's all for today's gaming update. Be sure to visit us on the web at g4tv.com/xplay to continue getting all of today's up-to-the-minute video game news. But now let's go over to Morgan, who has our latest review.
Thanks, Adam. For the first time in the Devil May Cry series, the latest chapter is available for the 360 and not just a Sony exclusive. While this is great news for many people, I'm sure many Xbox owners have one question. Is Devil May Cry 4 a good point to jump into the franchise?
All right.
Maybe this review will help.
Okay, cool. So I'm not just having a biased opinion on it. But like, yeah, if you get the if you like salt, then yeah, you might like it regular, but there's like a 25% less sodium, and it's really decent. And if you bake it, it's really good. You just gotta probably open a window because it does like it does leave like, you know, that cooking odor. It's not like a bad smell, but it lingers, you know. But you can just throw all stuff. I love mushrooms. You throw mushrooms, cheese, onions, preferably not blue cheese. But it's so good. I'm getting hungry thinking about it. I cooked it with rice. I was like, I had like almost no food. I went grocery shopping today, so I had like no food, and I was like, a can of Spam and rice, and there was not even sauce on it. I'm cooking 5-star meals for my poverty ass.
Okay, it's not all superfluous.
Mass Effect, consider yourself off the hook.
Where the?
Most of the
That's
creatures,
not it.
characters, and environments look camera-ready for a next-gen
Oh
system.
my
The
God.
problem is, they exist in a game whose play is last-gen. You might not notice how great a room looks if all you're doing is going room to room to room. Mashing your triangle button against creature after creature after creature. It's not unplayable. We just expect more. Okay, I know the outlook seems kind of bleak, but look at it this way. If you love Devil May Cry, you'll probably love this game. And if you love hacking and or slashing, you might like it too. Plus, a game that includes a weapon as ridiculous as this couldn't be completely without merit. Devil May Cry 4 gets a 3 out of 5.
Now, Devil May Cry 4 may or may not be your kind of forkwell. If you find yourself wanting more out of your games with 4 in the title, check out today's X list. Here are our top 5 games with 4 in the title.
At number 5, we have Virtua Fighter 4, a superb tactical fighter that prefers technique over button mashing. Number 4 is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. This Patrick Stewart vehicle featured the super fun ability to buy a house. Thankfully, the lenders in Cyrodiil knew better than to use subprime loans.
Number 3 is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, because everyone here at X-Play has always wanted to have a shootout.
Oh, that was a good one.
Coming in at number 2 is Forza Motorsport. See what we did there, Forza? Give us a break, there aren't
She will definitely think of something else. She will try and get me banned. Be like, what are you trying to teach? What are you teaching my child? Ah, shit. What is... Ah.
Are you losing your hair? I can help. I'm Dante.
Alright, I thought there was a spider on my leg. Be like, what are you teaching my child?
Most recent game, Devil May Cry 4.
Teaching him about eating raw dog. And then I'd be like, no, let me explain. It's eating raw meat with onions on it. And then I'd be like, but they eat it with a cracker. And then they would just shoot me.
I feel dead inside.
Dante's Hair Club for Demon Slayers uses the most up-to-the-minute scientific processes, combining minoxidil, saw palmetto extract, and the fiery powers of hell.
I know wherever I go, I have the confidence to be myself. Like right now, I'm not wearing any pants. And yes, the carpet does match the drapes.
I started going bald after receiving a fatal dose of radiation in a freak industrial accident. But
There
look
we
at
go.
my beautiful hair now. And it only cost me my soul. Was it worth it? I guess. We offer a wide range of choices, from white
Yeah, that wasn't
to silver
bad.
white to our most popular choice, platinum white.
I'll have to erase it tomorrow. Maybe today, I don't know.
Hair looks fantastic.
Thanks, Dante.
Don't you want to be beautiful? Like me?
It worked for us. It can work for you.
Do my...
Call now to join, or visit one of our locations in Hades, Tartarus, and Irvine, California.
I love it.
Come on.
On X-Play, we meet the women
I know what I gotta
Super
do.
Smash Brothers Brawl and check out their skills.
We check out the girls of Smash Bros. Brawl. Just come on. Go touch grass, bro.
Concept Saga for the Xbox 360. All that and more coming up. Don't miss a second.
Hope this works.
Phil? Yeah. Your expense report, Burgertown last Friday.
Burgertown. Only on G4. X-Play presents GDC 08. Come along as Adam and Morgan uncover the very latest in gaming. X-Play from the GDC February 18th. Only on G4.
Maybe I can...
I was just wondering if you guys were interested in anything that's coming out for the WiiWare. If you guys have any predictions for it, or if you've heard anything that might be coming out for it.
Welcome back to X-Play, and thank you for your question, Magic D.
I'm going with Magic.
Magic D? Okay.
Yes.
Well, let's first establish what WiiWare is.
Yes.
WiiWare is not the virtual console, which are old games, but they're new games, so more like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. You just download them right there to the Wii.
It seems like it's just going to be more confusing for people to call them different names, but we are expecting to see Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, people are excited about?
I guess so. Remember, that's Crystal Chronicles. That's the one with the pot that you have to move around. So maybe some of you are excited.
And we're looking $5 to $20, and we don't have much more information.
No, we're hoping to hear something in March, but it is Nintendo, so please don't hold your breath. It's bad for you.
All right, getting fragged by strangers, it can often be completely frustrating, especially when you're playing Call of Duty 4. The sound of a grenade bouncing near you, it's always a bit of a bummer. Thankfully, Pro Gamer T-Squared is here to shed some light on how to become the fragger instead of the fraggy.
What's up? This is Tom Taylor. But you may know me as T-Squared. I'm a member of the MLG Pro team, Straight Rippin'. And I got some tips for Call of Duty 4 that'll have you fragging like a pro. When I create a class in Call of Duty 4, the weapon I use is the M16 with red dot sight. Now the reason I use the red dot sight compared to the scope is the scope is way too bouncy. My choice for a pistol is the Desert Eagle. Even though it has no attachments, it's a one-stop shop. My choice for perk 1 is the 3x special grenades. Even though there's no smoke, all of the other grenades are essential for building up your frag count. My choice for perk 2 is the stopping power. This means one good burst to anywhere on his body is going to take the guy down. And the faster you kill him, the faster you can kill his teammates.
Getting nostalgic just watching this. Like, Call of Duty 4, like, that online era was just so decent.
Further bullet penetration so you can shoot those guys before they even see you.
Oh, yeah.
If you create a class with these weapons and perks, you're gonna climb up the leaderboards in Call of Duty 4 in no time.
Whoa!
All right, coming up, we'll have our review of Concept Saga, the Xbox 360 title that's basically the result of a one-night stand between Monopoly and Magic the Gathering. Plus, we'll run down all of the women brawlers in Smash Brothers. But first, let's check out today's leaderboard and see who's tearing up Paradise City. Here are the best drivers in Burnout Paradise.
Ooh, what time is it? Alright. So, here's the deal. I've got to get up early tomorrow. I'm not working. Kind of want to have some time. Wanted to finish this panel. I'll be able to work on some other pages too. This one. Yeah, it's coming along. I might have to do some editing with the words. But, yeah, it's not too bad.
Time's up. Make the call.
I just got some books I want to start reading, you know, taking my time. Kind of going along. I'm actually really happy that the drawing board, like, on the Arcanet like this is actually working out really well. Like, it's working out way better than it should, if I'm going to be honest with you. So, super stoked about that. But anyway, Mason, thank you for chilling. I know it was like a little brief, but I do appreciate you hanging out. I'll be back streaming tomorrow, probably earlier in the day, maybe. Because I'm trying to, you know, trying to get my streaming stuff in, you know, and whatnot.
Teen melodrama obsessed with one's journey to embrace their destiny. All right. The saga end of this tale concerns itself with our sad little serf here. He's known as a scepter, wielder of mystic lithograph.
All right.
That's fantasy speak for cards. When called into battle, a board meets your feet to become an element.
There's some little things, but I think overall it's coming along nicely. We'll be able to start doing on this one, and then we can start working on the next page. But thank you for chilling, and hope y'all have a nice rest of your day.
Augmentations and spells are collected, things seem to have a visual dynamic